Okay. And yep, there we go. All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome to another tier list stream. I'm thinking 2024 is going to be the year of the tier lists. As always, I get on a fad about 4 or 5 years after the fad has already passed. By the way, have you guys tried fidget spinners? They're amazing. They're going to be the new revolutionary thing. I feel like everybody did tier list content like 4 years ago, and I'm just kind of getting into it now. But hey, there we go. The year of the tier list. Yes, Damien, absolutely. But come on in, everybody. Today, we're going to be doing not a One Piece based tier list. I didn't want all of these to be One Piece based. One Piece will be mentioned. As you can see, Luffy is literally the first one up. Let's just get One Piece out of the way first. But yeah, I wanted to do some other tier lists that were not even necessarily related to anime. So there's some other works of fiction on here. There's some live action stuff. There's some American cartoons on here. There's some animated films. There's some book series that haven't even been, well, some have been adapted into like television or movies, and others haven't. Attack on Titan has to be the worst. Well, we'll get to it. Where is that? Oh, it's the second one on the list. So we'll get to it very shortly. So, yeah, hello, everybody. I posted on my Twitter yesterday. Was that yesterday? Yeah, that was yesterday. Wait, was it yesterday? Dude, I don't even remember anymore. It was either yesterday or it was Sunday, one of the days. Anyway, I posted that give me your universe that you would like to be Isekai'd to, and then a universe that you would not want to be Isekai'd to. And a lot of people had already, like, I kind of made the tier list before then, and I just wanted to add in some other stuff. And I did add quite a bit from your suggestions, so thanks to everybody for that. But a lot of these, I think, are way worse off than you would imagine. Like, even the ones that you might think are happy and whimsical might actually be a living hell if you actually stop to think about the world for longer than, like, a minute. Yeah. Yeah, I put RuneScape on here. I actually just checked the Twitter post a little while ago, like an hour ago, and I saw somebody posting RuneScape, and I didn't even think about putting RuneScape on here, but I'm like, well, yeah, RuneScape. Yeah, we could do that. I played that growing up. I know a little bit. Oh, by the way, there's also a couple on here that I have no idea about. Like, I kind of thought that would be fun. Like having all of them, like, I don't know, would be kind of like, after a while, it would be kind of annoying to just be like, I don't know about this place. I don't know about this place. But there are a couple of places on here that I'm not super familiar with. So that'll be up to you, the chat, or anybody that's more involved with that universe. I think there's only like 2 or 3 on here that I don't know really anything about, or what I know is very minimal. So, yeah, I thought that would be fun. And there's a couple on here that nobody really suggested. I just put on here because it was like something I personally liked. Yeah. There's a lot that were not included. I'm getting a lot of suggestions now, by the way. I honestly tried to avoid, like, there are some actual isekais on here, but, like, it's one of those things, like, Sword Art Online was on here for a while, and I took it off because it was basically just, like, every video game isekai, you know, like, there's, like, a whole subgenre of isekai that's just video game isekai, you know. And then there's like the isekai category is massive. It's like, I've been isekai'd into another universe with my smartphone. I've been isekai'd into another universe with my mom. I've been isekai'd into another universe with my stapler. I've been isekai'd into another universe with my truck. It's like, after a while, they all kind of run together, so I kind of wanted to include less actual isekais, although there are a few real isekais on here, but a lot of these aren't. A lot of these are just universes that, like, if you were to get isekai'd to, how would you react to that? So, let's see what we got here. Let's go through the categories really quick. I'll start from the bottom to top. The first one is probably going to die, which I feel like that category is going to be filled up very quick. That might be the most abundant one, because even the ones that you might think are pretty happy and whimsical, they might kill you in a variety of different ways. The next one up is Get Me Out of Here, which is like, yeah, I mean, I might not die immediately, but It's not a place I want to stay. Please get me home as quickly as humanly possible. The next one's just a hard nope. Just nope. Do you want to get Isekai'd here? Nope, not particularly. After that, we have Day Trip, which it's like, okay, look, I'm okay with being in this universe for one day. For one day, round trip. Maybe I probably won't die, but if I stay here for longer than that, maybe not even necessarily bad things will happen to me. I just prefer my universe better, okay? Then we have a short visit, which is like, okay, I'd be all right spending like a week here or so. Like, that wouldn't be too bad. I still want to go back home, but this would be a nice little short visit. Then an extended vacation, which is like, holy crap, okay, like, this would be a universe where I really like it and it seems perfect, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I still do want to go home. I do want to see my friends and family again. I don't want to just abandon my life in this world for this one. But, spending a few months or maybe even a year or so here wouldn't be a bad thing. In fact, it might be nice. I could maybe work on myself and maybe improve other things. But, like, eventually, I do want to go back home. And then finally, we have the highest tier, which is just my new home. It's just like, this is it. It's better in every conceivable way than my current life. And I'm just going to stay here forever. It's like, okay, why not? Yeah. All right. So we just started. Yeah, we just started. I just started the stream about 6 minutes ago. I think we're just going to get into it because it's kind of a self-explanatory sort of situation. There are other things I want to go into, like when I get Isekai'd in these worlds, I'm assuming that like I am the same as I am now. Maybe in some worlds I could get a superpower, in some I couldn't. It depends on the universe itself. But let's kick this off with One Piece, because that's the series I know the most about, because I talk about One Piece all the time. So One Piece is an interesting one, because assuming I get Isekai'd the way I am right now, I actually know a lot about the One Piece world. So, like, I think just with that information alone, I would know, like if I get Isekai'd, I would know the questions to ask people. Like, if I get Isekai'd in some random town, I would be able to go to the nearest person and be like, what blue am I in? What part of the ocean am I in? And they would look at me like, you're obviously in the North Blue. It's like, oh, the North Blue, right. Well, where's Rubeck Island? Where's Swallow Island? Are the Germa around anywhere? Like, you know what I mean? Like, those are the kind of questions I'd be able to ask, and I would be able to kind of get an idea of, like, where I am, like, get my bearings. So there's also a lot of things that could kill me, and there's pirates, and there's bandits, and those aren't fun. But if I was in a relatively safe part of the world, like if I was in the Grand Line, I'd be like, ooh, that's not good. I need to get the hell out of here as quickly as possible, but that's going to be hard in other ways. Yeah. But Tekken, you don't speak Japanese. I'm assuming common language for all of this. That's another issue there. So, like, they technically don't speak Japanese in One Piece either. They speak some generic common language. So we're just going to do the generic, like, I can either speak their language or everybody speaks one language unless otherwise noted. There's not going to be a language barrier with any of these. Some isekais do that, and I have to commend them for, like, the realism. And they usually have a very quick way of getting around that. Like in Drifters, they have these magical tags they just kind of put on you, and just like, there you go, you can speak the language now. Which does make sense. Like, if I did get Isekai'd into another dimension, I probably wouldn't be able to speak their language, but that's true for, like, most of these. And it's like, all right, let's just get that out of the way now. So we can add that into there, yeah. Just move to Marineford or G1. That does not seem like an easy thing to do, and also, that would also be a dangerous place to live, because I know that eventually, like, if I lived at G1, like, yeah, the Yonko might attack this place someday. The revolutionaries might burn this place to the ground. I don't want to be hanging out here, you know? So I'll tell you what, for One Piece, but dude, like, I might get a chance to meet all of our favorite characters, like Luffy and Gaimon and Foxy. All right, I'm going to risk it here, and I'm going to say, dude, all right, I'm either thinking of a short visit, meaning like a week or so, or an extended vacation. I'm thinking of one of the two. Just because, like, I think I know enough that if I play my cards right, it wouldn't be a bad place to live in for, like, a year. but I could also die. It's not like, you know, I'm going to die immediately upon arrival, but it's a little risky. But dude, I might get a chance to hang out with Luffy, or I might get a chance to meet somebody from like the One Piece story. Like that would be pretty damn cool. All right? Even if it is Foxy, screw it. I'll hang out with Foxy. I'll be like, you know what, Foxy? Let's try to make you not suck as much. I can fix him, ladies and gentlemen. I will fix Foxy. I could get a devil fruit too. That's the thing. Like, and I'm not the greatest swimmer anyway, so like that's not something I really gonna miss. Yeah. I could meet Robin just on the 1% chance or the 0.001% chance I could meet Robin. I would want to go home eventually. I would definitely want to go home. I would not want to live in this world forever. But I'm going to say extended vacation in the One Piece world, right? I'm telling everyone about Eam and immediately dying. Yeah, I would not do that. God, no, I would not do that. I would not walk up to the nearest marine and be like, do you know that a shadow government is actually lording over? They would think of me as some crazy conspiracy theorist and probably arrest me for talking shit about the world government. I would be smart enough to not talk shit about the world government. I would know that Cypher Pool is lurking around. I'd be like, okay, I know that this shit exists. I'm not going to poke the bear. I'm not going to be the one to go up and be like, hey, by the way, did you know about Cypherpool 9? What? Cypherpool 9? It's like, yeah. It's just like, I'm not going to be the dude to do that. Screw that shit. I would read the newspaper. I would read the newspaper too. I'd learn about what's going on in the world, what time period I'm in, like where am I at right now? Like, oh, Straw Hats, Ennie's Lobby. Okay, that's where I'm at right now. Okay, that's the situation. Yeah. Find Morgans. Honestly, unironically, working for Morgans might be one of the safer ways to make out an existence in this world. I do have a degree in journalism, after all. I could seek out Morgans and be like, hey, I know actually all the deep secrets of this universe, and I actually do have a bachelor's degree in journalism. Can I have a job? I'd work for Big News Morgans in the One Piece world. Why not? He offers me some protection, sure. Where would I put our own world on this tier list? A version of the world, like a parallel universe where I like never existed. Probably like I would eventually miss all my friends and family. Like I guess I could meet my friends again and become friends with them. My family would be a little trickier because, you know, like my family, you know, it's like, I was your son from another dimension. You know what I mean? I guess I'd probably say extended vacation or maybe a short visit, something like that. All right. So what's up next? I'm going to keep One Piece there. I'm happy with that. All right. Attack on Titan. We're assuming I get, like, it's in the walls, you know, because that's where most of the story takes place. So we're in the walls of Attack on Titan. I know a lot about Attack on Titan. I read the manga, so it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm probably just gonna die. If I'm in the walls, it's not a guarantee, but it depends on, like, okay, well, here's the thing. If I know about the Attack on Titan universe, I know where the Titans are gonna break in. I know to avoid Shiganshina. I know to avoid Troust at all costs because that's where the damn Titans are going to break in, right? I know to avoid the Connie's village, like Rakugo. I know to avoid that place, Rococo or whatever it's called. Yeah. But I think the smart thing to do would be like, get me out of here as quickly as humanly possible. I'm probably not going to die right away. If I'm in the walls, like, unless I just get really shit luck and end up, like, right in Shiganshina as the Titans are attacking and I get stepped on by the armored Titan as he's running through town. Like, but the odds of me dying are raised exponentially. And then Eren, oh, by the way, spoilers for everything on this list. So I'm just letting you know now. Like, I'm going to probably talk about these series in depth. So, you know, I'm not going to spoil every little one, but, like, I might talk about, you know, the end of their series. So just keep that in mind. But, like, I know eventually Eren is going to go all crazy and founding Titan and try to destroy it. He wipes out, like, what is it, like 85% of the fucking planet by the end of the story. It's absurd. So I'm going to die eventually somehow, probably. I might be lucky, but I'm probably going to die. So I'm out of here. Get me out of here as soon as possible. All right. Yeah, I'll spawn as soon as the rumbling starts. Jesus. Yeah, the Marley raid. Yeah. I don't think I'll die immediately, but get me out of here as soon as possible. Okay, what's up next? All right, so we got The Walking Dead, represented by Rick Grimes. So this is basically, I wanted to put some live action shows on here. So this is basically just our world circa like 2010. So imagine the world ended in like 2010, and then there's zombies. So there's zombie apocalypse, okay? This is basically how long would I be, like how would I do in a zombie apocalypse, basically? Okay, I'm not particularly athletic. Like, I go to the gym. I actually went to the gym earlier today. So I could run, like, okay, I guess. But, like, I'm eventually going to get tired. I'm not very proficient in firearms or crossbows or knives or swords or katanas or anything like that. Like, I don't really have... My skill set is I'm a YouTuber. That's not a great skill set for the zombie apocalypse. Unless you run, like, a survival YouTube channel. You know what I mean? You know, like, I'm not a Bear Grylls type. I've been following you since the Bleach days. Keep it up. Thanks, Phantom Master. Yeah, also, oh yeah, you get scratched, you turn into a zombie. Also, it's kind of like a virus where if you're in the universe for long enough, you would just get the virus. You're gonna die, you become a zombie no matter what. So I would imagine if I was in this universe and there's this airborne virus that's still prevalent, probably only a couple of days, maybe even only a couple hours in this world, and I would get infected with this zombie virus, and even if I went back to my home dimension, I would die and turn into a zombie, and then I would start the zombie virus in this dimension. I would be patient zero. So I'm gonna die. Probably gonna die. Also, the idea, every time I'm watching a zombie survival show, like, the idea of, like, living that lifestyle of, like, the gritty kind of, like, you know, getting into a camp or a safe zone and living on the road and shit like that just does not, I need the internet. I'm sorry. I need the internet. If I'm living in a world where there's no internet and no electricity or very limited electricity and all the modern accoutrements of society has just been ripped away and I'm living like on a day-to-day basis in a tent in the woods and I have to risk like a fucking zombie biting me and killing me and turning into an undead thrall, like I'm done. I'm done at that point. You know what I mean? I think most of us would be done at that point. All right? Yeah, no internet, no, like, I mean, like, damn, dude, it's like, I'm done, you know, it's like, shit, the world's done, it's the apocalypse, there's zombies everywhere, I'm gonna die. I would maybe do, like, a bucket list of the dead thing, where it's like, alright, I'll maybe do some stuff, like, maybe I want to see Rome before I turn into a zombie, but, like, other than that, I'm gonna die, so, yeah. I'll try to do a bucket list of the dead thing, and then I'll just end up dying, like, an hour after I make the list, you know, honestly. Society recovers by the end. Yeah, it doesn't really, though. Like, it takes, like, 10 years, and even then, they're still not back up to where we're at now. So it's like, yeah, maybe if, yeah, society recovers, maybe in, like, 50 years, we're back up with, like, the internet, and we have things going again. But, like, I'm, like, an old man by that point, so it's like, fuck it. I'm just gonna die. You could pee whatever you want. Yes. Let's see, we got some super chats here. I just realized the Admirals and Mardi Gras are kind of connected. The colors of Mardi Gras are green, gold, and purple. Probably just coincidence, but an interesting coincidence indeed, yes. Alright, what's next? Black Clover. Okay. So, in Black Clover, we have this divided society, where the entire country is basically laid out like it's like a mountain kind of thing, where, like, literally the poor caste lives on the bottom, and then middle class here, and then upper class lives in the city, and then you got the royals and everything like that. So it's like, I'm not royalty, I'm not nobility. I would basically be like Yami, where I get Isekai'd to just washed ashore, but I'm not strong. You know, I'm not strong or anything like that. Could I learn the magic of this world? Probably not. Because that's something I think you pretty much have to be born with magic, or you have to get selected by a grimoire. So who knows? Maybe I'll get selected by a grimoire, maybe? Maybe I could gain some kind of magic. I guess it's maybe possible. But I'm pretty sure you have to have mana. You have to have, like, the biology of this world in order to use the magic. Because Yuno was able to use magic even before he got the grimoire. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be magic. So maybe I could be friends with Asta. It's like, hey, you don't have magic? I don't have magic either. Oh, that's cool, you know? Maybe we can be friends with you, Asta. Yeah. How bad is the bottom cast? I mean, it's a pretty it's a pretty bad feudalistic society. It's not fun. It's not fun at all to live on that lower caste. Absolutely not. Geography magic, yes. Let's see. Extended vacation for me. I back my chances with Nero. I mean, like, it wouldn't be bad necessarily. Like, if I was like in a village on the bottom of society, it would be rough, but like I would probably not die. I'd be able to make it through. It's also a problem because if you live on the lower caste of society, you're kind of next to the border of like the Diamond Kingdom, and the Diamond Kingdom comes in a lot and like attacks, the Clover Kingdom. You're like literally living on like a border zone, and that's not cool. But maybe I'll live a little bit closer to the city. Maybe I'll live a little closer to the capital. Like I might get middle class. Who knows? I wouldn't I wouldn't be nobility or royalty, but I might not be like at the bottom of the bottom. Like I'll say maybe short visit. If I could hang out with the Black Bulls or like maybe meet Asta, like that'd be cool. It's not my favorite manga in the world. It's okay. But I'm like, maybe I'll spend like a week there, hang out a bit, and then like, all right, guys, this was fun. I'm going to get going, Happy Valentine's Day, yes. Maybe you might get mama. I don't think you get mana. I think you have to have it when you're born there. Like that's like a biological difference kind of thing. Yeah. Or you wouldn't be wiped out by the elf invasion thing. So that's the thing, like, I didn't really, like, maybe I get Isekai'd into the worst possible scenario. I'm assuming that's not gonna happen. I'm assuming that, like, because I could say that about all of these. Like, pretty much all of these has a moment where it's like some big war, some big battle. Even our world has that. It's like, yeah, I get Isekai'd into the Battle of the Bulge. It's like, shit, I'm just fucked at that point, I get, so I'm going to assume, like, I don't get, like, in One Piece, I don't get Isekai'd into the middle of the battle at Marineford. In Black Clover, I don't get Isekai'd immediately into, like, the battle with the Spade Kingdom. In Attack on Titan, I don't get Isekai'd immediately after the rumbling starts. It's like, because in that case, I'm just dead no matter what. Isekai into the Great War of 1912 or 1812. Either way, not fun. Like World War I. Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. Yeah. Early game spawn point. Yeah. Okay, old school 2007 RuneScape. All right. This is another one that dude, I remember this is very cheesy and very cringy. But when I was playing RuneScape back when I was like 12, I used to fantasize about being in that universe. I used to be like, man, it would be cool to be like in RuneScape, and I could start in Lumbridge, and then I could go to like Draenor Village, and I could fight a vampire, and then I could go to Varrock, and I could go to Falador, and like, I used to think about that kind of shit. So I wanted to include, somebody else recommended it, but that brought back memories, and I'm like, I wanted to include RuneScape on here, okay? So if we're doing RuneScape logic here, I'm in the RuneScape world. I'm like a level 3 adventurer starting my quest. I mean, a lot of it in RuneScape, you don't pick a class in RuneScape. You don't get to, like, before you start the game, you don't have to select you're a mage or you're a thief or you're a barbarian or something. It's just you are default, like, whoever you are, and you have a set of skills, and you just kind of get to it. And you kind of just focus on whatever you want to focus on. I think anybody can learn magic as long as you have a spell book. Like, if you dedicate, it's like a discipline, like in our world. If you want to be an engineer, you have to go to school for it, but then you become an engineer. If you dedicate yourself to learning about engineering, or if you want to be a physicist or something, like I think it's like that in RuneScape. Like anybody can learn magic. So if I want to focus on being a wizard, I could focus on that. If I want to focus on cooking, I could do that. If I want to focus on being a lumberjack, I could do that and work on my wood cutting skill. You know what I mean? Like, so it kind of is like sort of like a solo leveling kind of situation. Yeah, I cast spell with runes. Yeah, that's the whole point. It's RuneScape. So I find runes. I go to a store. I buy like a fire rune and some air runes and a mind rune, and I can cast like the weak ass fire spell or whatever. Like that's fun. Like I get some law runes and I can teleport around. Like that's shit. I just have to figure out a way to make money. Probably going over to the cows and killing a shitload of cows and selling them for their hide. RuneScape has the best music. You probably would hear it in town. Yeah, there's just like a bard playing the Lumbridge tune in Lumbridge on a constant loop, What would be my first 99? What is the safest skill? Probably cooking. Cooking or fletching. I don't think I would work as a construction worker. I would not be a hunter. I would not be into, what's that new one that came out? Well, okay, it's not new. It's probably been out for over 10 years now, that Dungeoneering thing. It was new because I played RuneScape in like 2007, and then Dungeoneering came out a few years after that, so it's new to me, but it's been out for probably over a decade at this point. Fishing wouldn't be fine. Fishing would be fine. I just hang out and fish all day. Yeah, I'd be all right with that. Like, this is actually not a bad universe to live in, honestly. Yeah. I could get thieving. Yeah. Farming would be fine. I get to farm. I'm all right with this. I'm okay with this kind of, And there are areas where you can live that are safe. Like, the cities are safe. Like, unless, there's the Great Faldor Massacre of, what was it, like 2006, R.I.P., the losses of the Faldor Massacre. Forever in our hearts, the people that died that day. But for the most part, living in, like, a city, you're fine. Like, you can't die. Like, you're all right. You're protected. You're okay. Don't go to West Ardonge. I never learned how to pronounce that word. Make the fantasy entertaining. Well, if I give myself as much power as possible, then it's like, like I want to make myself the main character. I'm like, okay, One Piece, but I'm the main character. It's like, nah, that would be like, because I'm the main character, then I'm kind of invincible, right? Like, I find it funnier if it's just me in this dimension and I'm like, all right, I got to figure out what I'm doing here, because like, if I could do that, I would just be like, yeah, I'm in The Walking Dead. I am Rick Grimes. And it's like, oh my God, I'm unstoppable. Dude, I'm kind of torn right now. I kind of been torn between My New Home and Extended Vacation. It is a medieval society, though. It is a medieval society, so there is no internet. That would get pretty old pretty quickly. All right, tell you what. I would be okay with spending a year in RuneScape. I'd be all right with spending a year in RuneScape. I get to work on my skills. And then if I like work on my farming, I come back and I'm like super buff. I'm a super buff farmer when I come back, or I'm just really good at fishing. It's my training arc, really. I'll go with Extended Vacation. Right, yeah. I don't know, Tekking. You're pretty swole. Oh, yeah, there's no toilets either. It's just the privy. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, what's next? We have, oh God, Gantz. All right, so, no. Gantz is, on top of all the horrible things that happen to the main characters, like, every world that Hiroya Oku creates is basically, like, the worst people ever. Like, even if I wasn't part of the Gantz team, like, that world is, like, full of the worst, like, deplorable people that you could possibly imagine. Like, there is a chapter of Gantz where Nishi, who, granted, Nishi is a middle school student that, like, kills small animals and shit. He's like a serial killer in training, basically. But there's a chapter where he goes to school, and his entire class just decide to murder him. Like, they're just like, we're going to pick him up and throw him out the window and kill him. And they do that. Now, he doesn't die because he has, like, the Gantz suit on. But, like, that's just the level of, like, the way that people are in this universe of just, like, that guy's a piece of shit. We're going to murder him in cold blood. It's just, and they just do it. You know what I mean? It's a really bad kind of world to live in. It's the kind of world where, like, yeah, no, it's not fun. I would not want to live there, and I would probably die. Yeah. There is also a massive alien invasion eventually that wipes out a big chunk of the earth. All right, what's next here? We got Hunter x Hunter. Wait, legit? Yeah, that happens. There's a chapter in Gantz like that. There's so many different chapters where people are just the scummiest people you can imagine. Just like random people on the street. Like, I can't think of all the examples, but there's a lot of them. Yeah. Hunter x Hunter. Okay, so in Hunter x Hunter, I'm trying to think if, like, they have aura nodes, which is like, yeah, so I don't think I'd be able to learn Nen. But other than that, you know, it's like not a bad place to live because it's basically our world. Just there's internet. There's internet in Gantz. Or I'm not Gantz. Well, there is internet in Gantz. Well, maybe Gantz should go up. There is internet. Like it's like no. There is internet in Hunter x Hunter. That is a thing. But if I didn't have Nen, or even if I did have Nen, it's like, yeah, people have the ability to use these magic powers and manipulate others and kill people, and I wouldn't even know it. It's our world, but much bigger. It's 90s internet. Well, if you saw the, yeah, it is kind of 90s internet, but if you saw the remake in 2011, it is kind of updated a little bit. Like, they have flat screens and stuff. And the Phantom Troop. Yeah, I'm not worried about the Phantom Troop. Like, what are the odds that I'm going to get killed by the fucking Phantom Troop? Like, what are the odds that that's going to happen? If I'm just living in some random town, I might be living in the same, like, there is the United States of Sahara, which is the United States of America in Hunter x Hunter. Like, the United States exists. So I'm probably just living there. I'm still probably just doing this. I'm probably just a streamer. Why would I get killed by the Phantom Troop, right? Like, I'm not going to the Dark Continent. I'm not getting on the Black Whale. I'm not doing that. I couldn't afford a ticket for that. I'm not going there, you know? I'm not going to get killed by the Chimera Ants. I'm not living in, like, the NGL or East Gorto. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not gonna die. And if I was ever walking in public and I saw Hisoka or Crollo, I would turn and walk in the opposite direction immediately. If I even saw somebody that kind of looked like Hisoka, I am running away as fast as humanly possible. I would basically just have like a clown phobia in this dimension. I'd see a clown and I'd be like, nope, 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 and just run away. Run away. I would say a short visit. It would be cool to look around in their world and learn some stuff. But yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I think the odds of me, like, the longer I stay there, the longer I have odds of me dying. Yeah. But if you aren't strong, he might not even look at you. Yeah, no, but Hisoka just gets blood rage, like bloodthirst every now and then. Like, I could just walk by him in public and accidentally bump into him and I'm just dead, because that's what happens in, like, the first part of the Hunter exam. Some dude just mildly bumps Hisoka and he just kills him. He rips his arms off. So it's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm just running away from every clown I see. Yeah. He gets a blood boner, yeah. Okay, so next up we have, this is one that I put on here personally. This is Drifters by Kota Hirano, the same mangaka of Hellsing. So Drifters is a isekai where famous people from our world throughout history are taken into, like, a Lord of the Rings-esque magical setting. Like, there's elves and dwarves and things. The people that get isekai'd are, like, you know, Shimatsu Toyohisa, who is a famous samurai during the Battle of Sekigahara, or, like, Oda Nobunaga, or, like, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid are there. Hannibal Barca and Scipio Africanus are there, who are, like, famous generals from Rome and Carthage. You know, like it's that kind of thing that get isekai'd there. So, like, it's basically generic fantasy setting, but with also famous people from history. And I love history. And there's also a character called the Black King that is he's Jesus Christ. They never actually spell it out. I mean, they do. He's Jesus Christ 100%. Like, they don't actually do it, but the author came out at one point and was like, yeah, he's Jesus Christ. But he can't say that he's Jesus Christ because that might cause problems. But there was one chapter where it's like they were questioning. It was like an Omake chapter, like an after chapter thing, like an SBS with Oda kind of thing. And they were like, who are you? this evil black king that rules over all of like the orcs and everything like that. And it's like, who are you? And it's like, oh, well, I lived about 2,000 years ago. I was a carpenter. Like, it's very clear he's supposed to be Jesus. Yeah. But there's also this thing called the Orta Empire, which was started by Hitler. And it's basically continuing on like what happened in Germany during World War II. So there's a lot of like discrimination for that reason. So I would say a day trip. I would say a day trip. I would say I could stay there for a day. It might be cool to run into somebody from our history. It would be cool to run into like these fanciful like scenarios, and you know, it's not really that fanciful though. It's not really like let's go on a magical adventure. It's more about like this empire is gonna burn down this town of elves and subjugate them. So it's not really fun. But maybe I'll get to meet like I don't know, Abraham Lincoln or something. I don't know, maybe. Yeah. That sounds like the ultimate edgelord anime. It kind of is, but Kota Hirano does his due diligence with a lot of the history. Like, there's lots of people that show up that, like, are not super famous in history, and he kind of focuses on. Like, Joan of Arc shows up at one point. She's obviously very famous. But not all the people that show up are, like, you would know them. Some of them, like, you would maybe if you know a lot about Japanese history, because a lot of them are Japanese, like, figures throughout history. Yeah, it's great if you like history, which is why I would stay there for maybe a day and then get out of there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to say I speak the language because then, like, you know. All right. Why is Jesus an evil emperor? We don't know. The idea is that some of the people from our world get taken into this dimension. Some of them, there's two different sides they fight on. There's the drifters, and then there's the ends. And they're all members of, like Joan of Arc becomes an end. And she gets, like, really cool fire powers. So, like, the ends get, like, superpowers. The drifters don't. The drifters just get sent into the dimension as they are. And we basically find out that there's two gods that are like basically having this game of chess, and they're using regular humans as like chess pieces to like fight. So like the good god Murasaki is like, I'm going to take some people from this world and put them in this dimension. And then Easy, who is the leader of the ends, is like, I'm going to take a bunch of people and give them superpowers, and my ends will defeat your drifters. And that's kind of the whole idea. But we don't know what made Jesus like evil, but that hasn't been explained yet. Drifters has been on hiatus for like 2-3 years. I haven't read a new chapter in a while. Yeah. So, anyway, what's next? Oh, it's Hootie from the Owl House. Now this is a more fanciful, Disney Channel isekai adventure. This is a Disney Channel isekai. This is like, let's bring isekai into Western animation a little bit. Okay. Dude. Okay, so I'm on the Boiling Isles. Maybe I get to meet Ida. Maybe I get to meet... I would love to meet Hootie. I would love to hang out with Hootie. I would hang out Hootie all day. That would be awesome. I would just hang out with Hootie. I would just go over to the Owl House and just be like, is Hootie home? And he's like, I am. And I'm like, yay. We just hang out all day. I'd be Hootie's best friend. They have acid rain. Yeah, but if I befriend Hootie, I could hang out in the Owl House. Luz lived there for months, and she was fine. Okay, so I'm okay. I will figure out some way to survive. You know? He would crush you, though. No, he wouldn't. We'd be friends. Yeah. You can learn magic. Yeah, I could use magic in the same way Luz does. I could do the little, like, glyph thing. But, like, that's her, like, magical isekai adventure. You know what it would be? It would be like I would just be there and then lose and everybody would be going through there. Like, listen, this is your adventure. This is your magical isekai, like, you know, coming of age story. You're like Harry Potter. You know what? You go and do your story. I'm just going to hang out back here and pop some cold ones with Hootie. You know, I'm just going to chill. I'm not going to get involved. This is your magical adventure. You go to Hexside. You go to your magic Hogwarts Harry Potter school. I'm just going to hang out and chill and just you know, talk the shit with Hootie all day. Like, I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. You know, yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So, you know, I would, yeah, I think a short visit. I think after about a week, Hootie might start getting a little annoying. like I'd like to hang out with him, but I think it's one of those things that's just like, okay, after about 3 or 4 days, it would probably be a little much. And I'd be like, all right, I get to hang out with Hootie for a week. And while Luz is going on the adventure with Ida and King and everybody, and, you know, it's like, all right, yeah, that's cool. I'm just going to chill here for like a week. Just don't mind me. Just ignore me. I'm fine. Yeah, hopefully Ida doesn't transform and eat me. I would just be off to the side. I would be so out of place in this universe. Dying because of Bellows. Yeah, I would not stick around for the ordering or the selection or the day of reckoning or choosing or whatever. I'm getting out before that happens. But, like, yeah. And you know what's crazy? Like, I would be hanging out there and I'd be like, Luz would be like, where did you come from? And I'd be like, oh, I got isekai'd like you. But I come from a universe where actually your show is a show. So I actually know everything that's going to happen. You want me to tell you? And Luz would probably be like Luffy in that regard. She'd probably be like, no, I don't want to know what happens. I'm like, okay, cool. Now you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You're everything's cool. Like, yeah, it would be fine. It all works out at the end of the day. It's cool. You know, but she would probably like, no, I don't want to know what's going to happen. That's like the adventure. It's like, yeah, right. And if I said something about it, I would probably end up fucking up the timeline somehow. You know what I mean? Like, I would tell her that, like, yeah, you become one with the Titan and become a god. It's like, no shit. Now that might not happen now. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what's next? My Hero Academia universe. Okay. Well, I don't have a quirk. But that's okay, because there's a lot of people in the My Hero Academia world that don't have quirks. But I also have to deal with literal supervillains all the time. Oh, man, that would be a pain in the ass. Like, can you imagine, like, going down the street just to go to the bank every day and you got to worry about a literal supervillain, like a giant dragon lizard dude, like, roar! I'm gonna rob this bank! And he just, like, rips off the door and charges in. I'm like, son of a bitch, I just wanted to make a fucking deposit, you know? I gotta deal with this bullshit now. And yeah, maybe All Might might show up. Maybe, like, Edge Shot shows up and I get to see him in action, like, taking out the villain. And I'd be like, all right, that's cool. But I still can't use an ATM today, you know? Like, the bank is closed. I could just be hanging out, eating a burger, and then, like, you know, League of Villains attacks. And it's like, it just ruins the day, you know? And then, of course, there's everything that happens later, which is, like, a straight-up war. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be a superhero. I have no interest in being the Crawler. I'm not going to be like Koichi. I'm not going to do that. I'm not being him. No. Yeah, they have internet. That is a cool thing. They have basically the same internet as we do. That is a bonus. That might bump it up from Nope to Day Trip. I would not want to live there long enough to deal with the villain bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I would not want to live there long enough to have to deal with, like, walking down the street and then a giant explosion happens because there's a dude that can, like, cause, like, I don't know, like an evil version of Bakugo. Like, I don't want to deal with that crap. I don't want to be a vigilante. That's the thing. I'm not built for that. I don't want to be Batman. Oh, yeah. Just do a Batman. Everybody loves Batman. I don't want to be... By the way, there are specific laws in this universe to not be Batman. If I tried to be Batman, I could get arrested. I mean, there's laws in this universe, too. You don't be a vigilante. If you do that, you could get arrested in this universe. But, like, it's way more serious in the My Hero Academia world. Ugh. I had to turn off my little heater down here. It was really... We got some snow last night. You can use your knowledge to stop bad things from happening. How? How can I do that? I guess I could say that, oh, I have a quirk, and my quirk is I've read the My Hero Academia manga. I know what happens. I guess I could pass that off as a quirk, sure. I could be like, oh, dude, I could like go up to UA and I could be like, hey, I have a quirk that can see the future. I know everything that's about to happen. There's going to be this massive war. Shigaraki's actually this, and All for One is actually over here, and like this is over this. Like, I know all this stuff, you know? I guess that would be cool. I'll tell you what, I'll do a day trip. I'll show up. I'll tell everybody about what's going to happen with the war, and hopefully they'll be better prepared, and then I'll peace out. Like, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I have a better version of Future Sight. I have Manga Sight. Save Shoto. Just bring the Tonkabons with you. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be holding the entire Tonkabon of My Hero Academia when I get Isekai'd, yeah. Yeah, tell Shoto who Dabi is. Yeah, I would probably do all that. I'd be like, excuse me, I have very valuable information, provided I didn't get Isekai'd, like, during the war. I'd be like, if it was more of, like, an earlier part of the story, I'd be like, hi, yeah, I have a quirk that allows me to, like, know things that nobody else knows. I just know what's going to happen in the future with accuracy. Yeah, so Dabi is actually Shoto's brother, and I would be able to pack that up. I'd be able to, like, back it up with, like, you know, this is where he died, and this is what happened, and Endeavor, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'd be able to do all that shit. So I'd write down everything that happens, give it to him, and then I'd leave. It's like, here you go. You guys have fun. Good luck to you. I'm not going to stick around when World War III breaks out, but good luck to you, you know? So next up, we have, oh, Bleach. That's a good one. Okay, so in the Bleach universe, this actually is, I think, the first one on this list that has a confirmed afterlife. So even if I die, I go to the Soul Society. So that's cool. Like, there is a confirmed afterlife. So I know for a fact that even if I die, I go somewhere else, okay? Like, that's confirmed. It's like 100% guaranteed. It's like, okay, cool. That's good to know. But if I'm living in the world of the living, it's just ordinary world of the living, except occasionally hollows attack. But I can't see them, you know? So, and I know the Shinigami are there to, like, protect me. Like, I know that's going on behind the scenes. Probably nothing would really happen until I died. And then if I died, I would go to the Soul Society, and then I'd be there, and I guess, like, okay, cool, I'm living in the Rukongai now. I'm living in poverty, pretty much, in, like, District 58 or something like that. You know, yeah, so best case scenario, I live a normal life, like the way I am now. Like, if I just have it as my new home. Well, wait, like, hold on. Let me think about this for a moment. Let me think about this. Because it's guaranteed you have a new life. You have a new life. You have an afterlife. That exists. It's not the best afterlife in the world, but it is an afterlife. Yeah. You wouldn't have technology on this level. Well, in the world of the living, it's like 2003, so I could deal with it. Maybe I could get on ground floor when YouTube comes out. But I would eventually live my whole life and then die. And then I would go to the Soul Society, of which I would live longer, but it would be in poverty. Because the odds of me, I mean, I guess I could end up in a higher area. It's not the worst afterlife ever. It's just not that great. There's a lot of, it's feudalism. Your afterlife is Japanese feudalism, basically. But that's if you live in Japan. There's different branches. There's an East and West branch of the Soul Society. That's right. Because in Burn the Witch, they have a completely different Soul Society. So, you know what? I might go with my new home on Bleach. Because, like, I could die and then end up in the Soul Society, and I can end up taming a dragon, or I can end up transferring to the Eastern Branch and learning to be a Shinigami. Like, maybe. That's not bad. That's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, you could do better. Like, it's kind of a crapshoot, I think, where you end up in the Rukongai. Like, you might end up in a good section of the Rukongai, or you might end up in, like, the shitty districts where, like, you might just get murdered. You can tame dragons in Bleach. You can now. Yeah, I don't think I get eaten by a hollow. I think the odds of getting eaten by a hollow are pretty low, all things given. Yeah. All right, I'll be okay with my new home because it's like, all right, a guaranteed afterlife. That's not bad. Okay. So then you got Avatar. Avatar the Last Airbender. Okay. So I would be like a non-bender like Sokka. So I'd be Sokka. Dude, it'd be cool to hang out with Sokka. Sokka seems like a real dude. Real guy. Real fun guy. No internet. The world isn't like if it's the era. I did think of the era of Avatar like the first, like not Korra. No, it's not Korra. It's like Avatar. So it's like 1850, and there's no internet, and technology is kind of limited, and we're at war with the Fire Nation and shit. Yeah. Huh. Sokka is basically Usopp. I mean, I could try to help out the Avatar crew. Like, if I could find out where the Avatar... Like, if I get Isekai'd somewhere in the world, I would know where, like, okay, I gotta find the Avatar and Sokka and Katara and Toph and everybody, and maybe I could give them some information to help them out. Like, you know, maybe I can make the Eclipse invasion work. Maybe I could give them some information to help them actually beat the Fire Nation that day. Like, that would actually be cool. I think it would be useful for me to be there. You'd be okay until the Fire Nation attacks. That's true. That's true. Thinking of a short visit or extended vacation. I think if I was in the Avatar universe and it was during the original Avatar, I think I could genuinely try to help them to, like, end the war quicker. Like, I think I might be able to help them with that, maybe. Like, I would feel almost, like, morally obligated. Like in the My Hero Academia universe, it's like, there's this massive war that's going to basically destroy all of Japan. It's like, I don't think I could really help that. But, like, in the Avatar world, I would feel almost like, yeah, I might have to actually help them here because this is something that could maybe be easily prevented. Yeah. I don't have powers, but neither does Sokka, dude. You don't have to be a bender to be badass in Avatar. Yeah. How would I track them down? I would find the nearest cabbage merchant, and I would ask them. I'd be able to track him down. I think the Avatar, like the whereabouts of like the fucking Avatar, I'd be able to find him. I'd be able to track him down pretty easily. Yeah. Yeah, I'd figure out a way to track Aang down. I could find, who was that lady? The lady with the sloth thing. Not the sloth thing, like the big anteater thing that could, like, track people. Like, I'll find her. Yeah. I could work for the cabbage merchant. Yeah, I'll just work for the cabbage merchant. Yo, yeah, they have, like, hybrid animals. Like, they have, like, chicken pigs and stuff like that. Yeah. June. Her name was June. Yeah, I could just find her. Yeah, I'll figure out a way to track down the Avatar. Don't worry about it. And if I show up, like, at a certain point during Book 1 or Book 2, like, if I show up during Book 1, I know they're going to be heading to the North Pole. So it's like, okay, I need to get to the North Pole as quick as humanly possible, and then I'll be waiting for when Aang shows up. And if they're in Book 2, it's like, I know they're going to show up at Ba Sing Se at some point. So I just got to get to Ba Sing Se and get in there, and then eventually I'll meet the Avatar. You know? Turtle duck would be delicious, yes. Also, I get to hang out with Momo and Appa. That'd be fun. Secret tunnel. Oh, I'd be... Okay, I'm staying just because I want to meet the secret tunnel, like the hippies, and I want to find out the rest of that song. Secret tunnel, through the mountain, secret, I don't know, and then it does some other stuff, and then it goes, secret tunnel. Like, I want to learn the rest of that song just for the sake of that alone. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Yeah, I know. I would go into Ba Sing Se, and I would play along. I would 100% play along with Ba Sing Se, and, like, I would just be like, there is no war in Ba Sing Se. And then I would just wait for the Avatar to show up, and, like, I'd be like, okay, I need to talk to you, like, seriously. I have some information that could really help you with the invasion and everything. It's like, oh, shit. It's like, listen, though, you got to help me because, like, Dai Li agents are everywhere. You need to protect me, but you give me protection, and I will be able to help you out with everything, you know? Yeah. Yeah. So there's that. Okay, what's next? Chainsaw Man. This one I'm probably going to die. This one I'm probably almost immediately going to die. There are devils like all over the place. Devils are attacking constantly. Public safety is not able to keep up with all the... I mean, so many people die. So many civilians die in Chainsaw Man. It is ridiculous how many people die in this series. I am dead. You dying day one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm dead day one on this one. Like, I'll just be walking down the street and like, oh my god, the tongue devil has attacked. And it's like, oh shit, I just get eaten by the tongue devil. Like, I'm just dead. I was like, oh, dude. Nope. I'm dead. Instant death. That's an easy one. That's a simple one. Yeah. I get gun deviled in the first 2 seconds I'm there. I'm just another name on the gun devil's roster of death. Yeah. Okay. This is a fun one. The Amazing Digital Circus, because I like The Amazing Digital Circus, which is a YouTube video. It's very popular right now by Glitch, so go check that out if you haven't already. So, The Amazing Digital Circus is basically, if you haven't seen it, you're stuck in like a 1994 CD-ROM game. Like an old, like, you ever played like Jumpstart, like those kind of games back on the computers in like the 90s? It's like you're stuck in that. You're stuck in like this little area where you can't eat or drink. I mean, you can, but you don't like get any sustenance from it. And you're just there, and like the idea is you're gonna go insane, but like there's certain levels of insane. Like, you know, some people are living there that are kind of okay, but others are. Everybody is kind of unhinged living there. Everybody has like a certain like idiosyncrasy they kind of develop just because they're being stuck in a video game. Kind of like a shitty video game too. It's not even like a good video game. It's very abstract. Yes, it's too abstract too. You could go insane and just go crazy and just lose your sense of self as well. Yeah. It sounds awful. It's not fun. Let's see. Get me out of here. Would I be get me out of here, or would it just be a hard nope? You know, like, get me out of here would basically be the reaction that Pomni had. Like, when Pomni showed up, she's just like, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here now. This is bullshit. You know, would I have that reaction to it? If I showed up in the Amazing Digital Circus, would I have the immediate reaction of like, get the fuck out of here? Like, or would I have a reaction of like, okay, I don't like this, but I'm going to be able to, I don't know. I feel like I might be able to keep a cooler head. But it would be no, I would have an anxiety attack. I don't know why I'm thinking this. Like, would I be able to handle this any better than Pomni would? And I'm thinking, yeah, maybe I would, but no, I would probably have an immediate anxiety attack upon arriving. Yeah, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Yeah. Oh, I can't swear. Oh, that would be weird. Yeah, get me out of here. What the f is going on? What the boop is going on? This is some serious bull. Boop, I don't know. What the boop? You know, like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. Oh. All right, what's next? Okay, Pokemon. Listen. You might think it's all fun and games being in the Pokemon universe. Oh my god, I could get a Caterpie. I have a Pikachu. Da 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 da. Do 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 do, and then a Salamence eats you. This would be a terrifying place to live. Like, there are giant monsters that can fire literal hyper beams living in the wild. You could just go out in the woods and just get devoured by, like, freaking Poochyena or a Mightyena, like a giant wolf that could just devour you. This would be easy. This would be scary, dude. This would be a scary world to live in. You can fly anywhere. We can do that now. I don't need to have a Pokemon. I could get on a plane. I can learn how to fly and buy a plane if I really wanted to. Oh, God, giant Beedrills. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. There is no way in hell I am living in a world with giant mutant wasps that have 3-foot-long spears as hands. No, 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 a million times no. Damn, Tekken could buy a plane. I could save up. If I was really dedicated to learn how to fly a plane, I would have to take classes, and I might be able to eventually buy like a single or double engine aircraft if I really, really, really wanted to do it. I don't really have any desire to buy a plane, though. Yeah, Rayquaza exists. Deoxys exists. All these legendary Pokemon that could literally distort time and space exist. Ghost Pokemon are not scary. Depends which ghost. Because I'll agree with you, like, you know, Haunter and Ghastly might not be that scary. They just seem like they're just goofy, like little goofballs. But, like, there's other ghosts I would not want to mess with. I would not mess with a Dusclops. I could get a Porygon. That is a good point. That is a good point. I agree with you. But the Porygon is not good enough for me to stay here. The Porygon is not like, no. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I went on eBay and looked up helicopters just because I was curious. And you could buy helicopters on eBay for surprisingly, like, I mean, they're expensive, obviously, but they're not as much as you would think they are. They're not like millions of dollars. I mean, some are, but like you could buy a helicopter for probably like, I don't know, 30, 40 grand maybe. Like the price of like a brand new car, like certain cars are more expensive than that. If a 10-year-old can survive, so can you. Yeah, well, maybe a 10-year-old can survive, but I'm still going to not like it. I'm not going to like the fact of living in this universe with these giant mutant bugs everywhere. You could buy a helicopter on eBay. Yeah, I'm sure they're safe. They're fine. By the way, some of these entries for Pokemon are absolutely horrifying. Where if any of these are legit, you would not want to live in that universe. Children get abducted all the time by Driftlooms. Like, well, no, how many children were abducted by Driftlooms today? Well, 17. 17 children were lifted away from Pewter City today by ghost Pokemon. They'll never return again. We don't know where they get taken, but that's the world we live in now. Yeah, but no, yeah. Everybody wants the Vaporeon. Everyone's like, hey, Tekken, Vaporeon is real. Gardevoir is real. No, I'm not gonna date a Pokemon, guys. I'm not gonna seduce a Gardevoir. Driftlooms don't live in Kanto. Yeah, all right, sure, okay. I couldn't think of any Gen 4 towns because I don't know Gen 4 that well. Yeah, this is where Pal World comes in. It would be very scary. Like, listen, maybe I'm stuck there for this is just my reaction here. Like, maybe I'm stuck in these places for longer, but like, how long would I want to be in these places? I might be stuck in the Pokemon world for the rest of my life, but I want to get the fuck out of here. You know, like, I don't want to be. Oh, dude, a day trip would be cool. No. Get me out of here. You are just fine if you have plot armor. I do not have plot armor. I am just a guy. All right, what's next? Yu-Gi-Oh! All right, finally a world that's not going to kill me. Well, the odds of it killing me are probably no higher or lower than the world that we live in now. So, the thing you got to understand about Yu-Gi-Oh! The world of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm thinking like DM era Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe into GX a bit. Because GX takes place like 10 years after regular Yu-Gi-Oh! So you got to understand that the entire world economy revolves around a children's playing card game. Trading card game, I should say. And Yeah, the Shadow Realm exists, but, like, I'm not gonna, why would I get involved in all those random people that were, like, playing duel monsters in Battle City? They never had to deal with the fucking Shadow Realm. I'm not a main character. I'm not gonna have a Millennium item. Anybody that does have a Millennium item, I'm avoiding. I'm not going anywhere near them. You know, I'm not gonna get, the odds of me getting into a Shadow game are crazy low. I'm fine. I'm not gonna end up in a Shadow game. I probably have, the odds of me getting into a Shadow game are probably the odds of me getting, like, struck by lightning in this universe. I'm not gonna get into the Shadow Realm, okay? So, the economy revolves around a card game, which means you gotta get good, and get good quick. And if me and Briggs's Yu-Gi-Oh! Streams are any example of this, or any telling of this, I am not that great at Yu-Gi-Oh, so I'm gonna have to study. If this was the GX era, I'd have to go to Duel Academy. I would probably not. Who am I kidding? Duel Academy is the most prestigious dueling school in the world. I would not be able to get into Duel Academy. I would get kicked out of Duel Academy. I would flunk the entrance exam of Duel Academy. It would be like, one of the questions on the exam would be like, you activate Call of the Haunted, and your opponent responds with Black Horn of Heaven. Which card actually goes through? And I'd be like, oh, shit. Like, this would not be good, man. This isn't good. This would actually be really tough to live in. I'd have to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling community college, yeah. I'd have to go to a community college. Jaden got in because he's the main fucking character, and that's the reason why he got in. He's the main character. I am not the main character. I am not the main character's sidekick. I am nothing. I am just a guy. No, I would not get in. Just cheat at the game like all the characters do. Okay, that is fair. Because Yu-Gi-Oh! The whole world revolves around a card game, but people cheat at this card game constantly. Oh, no, actually, it's only okay to cheat if you are a main character, because Yugi cheats all the time. The fact that Yugi has a Tem to help him is cheating. Like, straight up. 2 people are dueling against 1 person. That's cheating. Atem also has the ability to, like, Destiny draw a card whenever he needs to. He's 100% cheating. Kaiba cheats. Pegasus cheats. So many people cheat in this series. But then when, like, people cheat like normal people cheat, it's like Esperoba cheats. It's like, that's not good. You shouldn't do that. It's only allowed to cheat when you have magical Egyptian artifacts. Those are the only people that are allowed to cheat. Yugi doesn't cheat. It's the heart of the cards. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, buddy. He's allowed to cheat because he's the main character. That's the reason. You slifer, slacker. Joey never cheated. I mean, I guess not. I mean, he never cheats, but he does have main character power where, like, most of his coin flips and dice rolls usually end up on the beneficial side for him. He's very, very lucky. And the reason he's very, very lucky is because he's a main character. Screw the rules. I have money. I wouldn't even be a Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber. Yu-Gi-Oh! Tubers in this dimension would be, like, Simo would be Mr. Beast in this universe. Like, all the Yu-Gi tubers would have, like, 200, 400, maybe 1 billion subscribers in this universe, because everybody plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Everybody. Yeah. Now, it'd be fun to get into some duels. I would be laughed at, though. I'd be on the street. I'd be, like, walking down the street, and some people would show up, and instead of, like, holding me at gunpoint or knife point, they'd be like, hey, give me your, instead of, like, getting robbed for, like, hey, give me your wallet, it would be like, hey, time to throw down with your deck, and then the winner gets your wallet. Like, it would be shit like that. It would be like, all right, we're mugging you. Time to duel. Time to duel, and the winner gets to beat you up. It's like, shit, all right, let's do this. So it would be a lot easier. Like, everybody would be walking around with a duel disc, and it would just be like, shit, these people are going to try to duel me, and then if I lose, they're going to rob me. You know, that's not going to be cool. Every argument would be solved with a rousing game of Yu-Gi-Oh, though. Every argument, seriously. I mean, like, there'd be like a war, like the prime minister and like the president of like certain nations, like they would just duel to determine whether or not like they're going to go to war or not. Like that would just, everything would be solved with a rousing game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, the game has card text. That's just a thing. Like, obviously it has card text because otherwise it wouldn't make any sense. Tell a Karen to shut up by winning Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. Divorces are handled with Yu-Gi-Oh! I want a divorce! It's just like, well, let's go! Duel! And the children are hanging out. It's like, Mom, Dad, please, no! He's a cheating son of a bitch, kids! Oh, this world would be so weird. Oh, dude. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I would probably say a short visit. Because, like, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! But, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Being the economy, like, everything is Yu-Gi-Oh! I would probably get sick of it in about a week. You know? Custody duels would be wild. Yeah, you would have, like, dude, you would have, like Judge Judy, like, esque shows, like, daytime TV, but it would be, like dueling shows, you know? Like court cases would come in, and they would just be like, you know, oh, he kidnapped my dog, Your Honor, and it'd be like, all right, time to duel. Let's go. Best 2 out of 3. Let's rock and roll. Let's see who wins. Who gets custody of the dog? It's like, there you go. It'd be shit like that. All the sports would be Yu-Gi-Oh!, professional Yu-Gi-Oh! On TV, streaming Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, God. It would be way too much Yu-Gi-Oh! Way too much Yu-Gi-Oh! It'd be all right for a short visit, though. I'd be all right with that. All right, what's next? Lord of the Rings. Okay, so we're going very basic fantasy setting. Like, one would argue the original, like, D&D setting, like the original fantasy setting, you know? Hobbits and dwarves and elves, Legolas and Sauron and Bilbo, and there's a ring and there's ring wraiths and there's, yeah. So I don't know a lot about Lord of the Rings. I read the first book and I saw the first movie. I also watched one of the Hobbit movies. I think The Desolation of Smaug I saw. I actually don't know, because I know this is a universe that has a shitload of lore, and this is the one I'm not super familiar with the lore. I'm assuming, like, because the one I think of, like, I'm in the time period when Frodo is, like, going on the quest for the ring and, like, going to Mordor, but I wouldn't be part of that. You know, I'm just a human. I'm just a guy. I'd be just a dude hanging out in a bar when they came into that town or something, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going on a quest to, like, no, I'm not going through Mordor. I'm not getting chased by a goddamn Balrog. That's not me, man. Let's see. There's actually a video game like that. Did you know? There's a video game. I can't remember if it was on, like, PS1 or PS2, something like that. I'm thinking PS2 because I think it came out after the movie. But, like, there's a video game where you basically, it's the stupidest video game plot ever. It's like there's the main group of, like, you know, Frodo and Sam and Gandalf and everybody, and they're going on their quest for the ring. And then you play as, like, another group that also has an elf and also has a dwarf and also has a wizard. And you're, like, traveling through Middle-earth, like, chasing after them. So it's like you're this other group that's, like, kind of following, like it's like, oh no, they're being attacked by a Balrog, you know, and, like, and you see it from, like, a distance kind of shit. It's the weirdest kind of game. Yeah. It is kind of like a D&D game where it's like, okay, guys, you're playing D&D and it's like you're there, but you're tailing the Fellowship of the Ring. You're not in the Fellowship of the Ring. You're just like the B team. You're just there. The beacons are lit! Gondor calls for aid! And then it just cuts to me in a fucking tavern drinking shitty grog and just being like, yep, sucks for them, all right. Look. I don't know enough about this universe. Yeah. I don't know. I never played the game. I just know it exists. Yeah. Okay. I think it would be fine as a day trip. You know, you get to live like, oh, I'm in a fantasy world. Woo, okay, neat. Yeah. I'm in this fantasy world that I don't know that much about, really. So, you know, I could get killed by orcs. But I think I'll be all right for a day. Nice day trip to... It'd be like going on a day trip to New Zealand. That's another thing, too. I could just visit New Zealand. If I want the Lord of the Rings experience, I just go to New Zealand. There you go. Yeah, Lord of the Rings has great parties. Yeah, I would find a party. I would hang out at a party. I would party all night, and then I'd be like, "This was fucking great." All right, maybe a short visit. Maybe okay. Maybe I'd hang out for a week or so. All right, I think I could survive a week as a normal human in the Lord of the Rings universe. Hopefully. Take Tekking to the forges of Isengard. Yeah, hanging out in the Hobbiton. That'd be fine. All right, where are we going next? The Hunger Games. All right. So, totalitarian government. They have like a game where they select people. Is there an age limit on the people they select? Because I know it's like a young adult novel. Is it like only like teenagers and main characters in YA novels that get selected for this? Or I'm 30. I'm going to be 31 in a few months. Am I exempt from this shit? Am I exempt from this? Big nope. Fuck. God damn it. All right, hold on a second. We're going to roll to see what district I end up in. I'm going to roll a D12. There's 12 districts, right? I only read the first book, and that was a long time ago. I saw the first movie, and that's it. I don't know that much about the Hunger Games. So there's 12 districts. There was a 13th, right? The 13th district was like a nuclear district, and they got annihilated. They got wiped out. So it's just the 12, right? Yeah, no, kids and elderly both died. Fuck! All right. 12 plus the capital. All right, well, we'll just ignore the capital. I'm going to roll a dice to see what what district I end up in. All right, hold on. Let me pull up let me pull up a different screen here really quick. And let me move this over here. Okay. All right. How's everybody doing? I lost $20 for the Super Bowl the other day. That was a wild game. It really was. I mean, it started out so like who cares about this? You know, 49ers are winning. And then, oh my God, the Chiefs brought it together. All right, dice roller. Okay, roll that dice. I'm going to roll a D12 here. All right. Yeah, what's up? That game sucked. Well, I lost $20, so it sucked for me. All right, but it was a turnabout. There we go. And move that over here. Oh, now the chat's frozen. Hold on a second. I got it. Whoa, there we go. All right. Did you beat your mom? No, I lost the $20. So I have 10 wins and 2 losses now over the course of 12 Super Bowls. All right. Okay, we're going to roll a D12 and we're going to see where I end up. That's good. That's not bad. That's pretty good, actually, as a matter of fact. District 2. So what's District 2's thing? That's a good thing, though. That's good. All right, cool. I might not die now. I might have proper training, and I might not die if I get selected for this. I also might not get selected for this. It's just a random thing, too. I'm not going to volunteer. I'm not going to volunteer as tribute. It's not that great, but pretty good. It's better than 12. Okay, what do we got here? What do we get? What's District 2? You are too old. Okay, so some people are saying that I could get selected for this, and other people are saying I'm not going to get selected for this. Some people are saying it's only 13 to 28. Like, in which case, I'm okay. I'm fine. I don't get selected then. I'm good. All right, I live in District 2. So what's District 2's thing? What's their thing? Peacekeepers are... Oh, okay, so I'm a police officer. I'm a cop then. Shit. All right, well, you know, whatever. You can't win them all. But, like, okay, like, an old person won the games once. Yeah, but isn't it, like, a thing where, like, the older... So, in District 11 or something, when you go higher up, it's like they might pick an older person. But I think isn't it a little bit skewed when you get to the higher districts? Because the higher districts are kind of like, they get special treatment, and you can go to, like entire, like, schools and training regiments to learn how to, like, survive the games. So it's not fair. Like going from District 12 into the games and District 1, it's not the same thing. You have a way higher start. Masonry and defense. So I can work in masonry or I could be a police officer. Okay. It's like rich, but not too rich kind of thing. Yeah. Every 25 years, they basically use different rules. Okay. They just have a school to train tributes. Well, that's still pretty good because you have a better shot at winning because you've trained for it. You've done dry runs of this shit. Yeah, I think I'd be fine if I was from District 2. I would just be a humble... I would probably maybe work in the masonry department. I would do something. I would work in the logistics division. I mean, if you're making, like, you know, if you were working with, like, masonry, granite blocks, and various building materials, there needs to be somebody to keep track of that shit. I would have an office job. I wouldn't be happy with it, but I'd be fine. Like... Definitely get me out of here. Like, it's definitely get me out of here. I don't want to be in this universe. I don't want to be in this universe where there's this totalitarian government that rules over everything. I don't want to be there. But, like, if I had to stick around in District 2, I don't think I'd be that... I think it'd be all right. Yeah. I wouldn't die, but I wouldn't want to be there. Yeah, so nothing's getting into Nope. Yeah, I feel like just removing the Nope category, because I feel like these two... I was going to add a little buffer in between both, but, like, yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of this, because I can't really imagine anything going in the Nope category. It's either get me out of here or day trip. Like, is there really going to be anything where it's like, okay, this doesn't suck, but... I also don't want to be here, but I don't want to be here not that bad, but I do kind of want to spend... Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of the Nope category. That's fair. Yeah, let's just delete that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. Okay, what's next? Jujutsu Kaisen. All right. I know a little bit about this universe. I'm only up to, like, episode 18 in the anime. Gojo's there, so just to see Gojo, I guess. Would I be a Jujutsu sorcerer? Probably not. Probably not, no. JJK is safe as long as you're outside Japan. Is that true? I am not eating the finger, no. I leave. Going to die. Hell no. Yeep. It's kind of like Bleach, but humans die more. It's sort of safe in America. Is it? All right. I mean, if it's sort of safe in America, I guess I'll go day trip, I guess. Like, I don't know enough about it to have that visceral, like, oh my god, I'm in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe. Get me out of here now. Like, I would be kind of oblivious. I'd be like, oh yeah, I know this place. Kinda, sort of, not really. All right. Like, I'm literally oblivious to it. So I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll hang out here for a while. You can't see them, but they're everywhere. Yeah, I would just die. I wouldn't even know it's coming. All right, but the odds of that happening in a day, probably not. Shibuya and Shinjuku. Yeah, what's up with, like, because I don't read JJK. I'm not caught up to it. But every chapter I always see, like, you know, the decisive battle in the demon-infested Shinjuku, number 74. And I'm like, shit, why are there so many demons in Shinjuku? Like, is it on top of a Shinjuku hellhole? Like, what's going on here? Why are there so many demons here? Everyone that isn't a sorcerer in Shibuya just dies. Oh, that's not good. Why is it Shibuya? Is it just like that's the one place in the world that everyone dies? That's like the apocalypse site, ground zero? That's just it? It's just a hellscape right now. It's just like, oh, things got out of hand. It's because it's heavily populated. Okay, so why not New York City or like anywhere else that's heavily populated? Is it just Shibuya? All right, cool. It's always Shibuya. Oh, it's because the mangaka's Japanese, so obviously he's gonna pick Tokyo. It's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Because New York isn't Japan. It's like, yeah, that's a good point. Well, either way, I'm going to be in America, and I'm going to be like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know enough about this universe. And there is internet. There is internet. So you know what? I'll put it up to a short visit. These are more short visits than I thought, because I'd be more oblivious from this one. All right. The Shrek universe. All right. Yay. I'm waiting for this one. All the fairy tale characters exist. I could meet the gingerbread man, and I could meet the wolf from A Little Red Riding Hood, and I could meet the three blind mice. I mean, it would be cool to hang out with Donkey, right? Like, meeting Donkey would be fun. Just gotta make sure to stay out of Shrek's swamp. I will stay out of Shrek's swamp. If I'm in a swamp and I see a sign that says go away, I will go away. You know, I'm not going to disrespect. That's his private property. I'm not going in Shrek's swamp, all right? Do I know the Muffin Man? I do know the Muffin Man. I could meet the Fairy Godmother. I don't really particularly want to meet the Fairy Godmother, but I could meet the Fairy Godmother, yeah. Yeah, I don't like Donkey's wife is a dragon, but she doesn't, like, nuke everybody that comes up to her. Be like, hey, I'd like to see your husband. He seems like a cool dude. And she'd probably be like, yeah, he is. And I'd be like, hey, Donkey, what's up? And he'd be like, hey, let's go get some waffles. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's go get some waffles. Yeah. I don't care for Puss in Boots, really. Puss in Boots, I remember when that movie came out, everyone lost their shit over Puss in Boots. And I just didn't really care for the character. I'm like, it's a cat. That's a Three Musketeer, I guess. I'm like, all right, cool, I guess. Yeah, the Shrek universe also has, like, their version of, like, everything in our world. Like, there's a version of McDonald's in the Shrek universe. Like, all right. So, I mean, there's no internet, but I could still go to, like, I could go for a Wendy's. There's probably, like, a parallel to Wendy's, you know? They have Camelot. Yeah, I could hang out in, like, the storybook world. Like, that would actually be not bad. Is there anything that would kill me? I mean, like, okay, there's a lot of things that could kill me, but is there anything that would kill me, like, immediately? Like, there's not a giant war that, like, wipes out the entire, like, 90% of the planet or anything like that. I think I'm going to say extended vacation for the Shrek universe. They have TV, too. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you want to go into Kingdom Hearts? Yeah, kind of. It'd be all right. You might get cursed by a witch. See, that's the thing. Like, I consider that, like, there are things that can happen to you in this world that are ridiculous, that are absurd. Like you getting struck by lightning or getting an extraordinarily rare disease. So I imagine that as the same thing. Like, yeah, I'm like, when I go into Shrek, might get an option to get cursed by a witch or some shit if I mess with a witch or something, you know what I mean? Like, but the odds of that are, like, yeah, they exist because I'm in that universe, but the odds are probably pretty low, you know what I mean? Unless I seek out a witch to, like, really piss off, you know? Like, unless I do that, like, I'm probably not going to get cursed by a witch. But yeah, it's a non-zero chance. It is a non-zero chance. Yeah. But I'd hang out in the Shrek universe for a little while. Okay, what's next? Oh, the Seven Deadly Sins universe. Okay. I mean, it basically kind of similar to the Shrek universe, honestly. I mean, there's knights, there's Camelot, there's like fantasy characters, there's gods and demons, and yeah. Very big wars. Yeah, that's true. There are very big wars there. Like, the Ten Commandments show up and just kind of wipe everything out. Like, that's not cool. Stay in the country and you're fine. I don't think I will, because I mean, even if I stay in the country, I don't think that's a guarantee I'll be safe. Now I think you should use Nope. No, because, like, I could see it as a day trip kind of thing, you know? I could see it as a day trip sort of situation. There's no particular way that they're sorted. I kind of jumbled them all up. Your blood would turn white. Is that a thing? Is that like a censor thing where the blood turns white because they do that in certain areas of the world? Like, I think China does that. They'll, like, censor blood from red to white sometimes. What season is Seven Deadly Sins? I only watched up to, like, the second season, which I think is during when the Ten Commandments show up, so that's not fun. You could drink some demon blood. Yeah, I could, but I don't think I will. I'll hang out for a day. Like, oh, this is a beautiful world. I'll take some pictures. And then I'm done. Out of this world. I'm out of here. Food poisoning from Meliodas cooking. I mean, like, I would know not to eat Meliodas' cooking. You could go to the Boar Hat. Maybe I could. I'm only there for like a day. You know, it would be more of like a nature trip. And I'd be like, oh, check out all the beautiful scenery. You know, and then I'd be gone. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these have hot girls, but, like, is it at risk of dying, though? You know? Hey, this universe has really hot women. It's like, yeah, but the chances of death also exponentially increase. All right. Next up is the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. I put this on here because I recently read, well, not recently, it was actually 2022. I read Mistborn Era 1. So I liked Mistborn because of the power system that's in there. It's like mystical kind of world that is there, but it's also like the first book is like actually shit. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe this is actually kind of a shittier universe, Era 1. Era 2 is not bad because it's basically like steampunk with like people have it's like steampunk with like cowboys and shit. There's giants, like there's the Colossus, which are like blue giants, but they're not like huge giants, but they could be pretty big. I haven't read this. It's good. I would definitely recommend reading the Mistborn series. Yeah. I'm guessing Era 1 because that's the era that I've read the whole way through, which eventually leads to like an apocalyptic horrible moment where Ashfall just there's like feet and feet of ash everywhere and you can barely survive, and the world is eventually remade new. So I guess if I can make it through that, I'll be okay. There is a confirmed god in this universe that actually gives a shit about like everybody and actually knows how to organize things properly and tries to keep everything as orderly as possible. So that's nice. If I can make it through the end of all that, it could be like, okay, I know that Isekai'd is God, and it's like, okay, like he's going to try to manage everything as properly as possible. Just survive through the end of the world. Yeah, just survive the end of the world and I'll be fine. It's a phenomenal series. Yeah, it is. Isekai'd. I always said Isekai'd. Isekai'd. That was his name the whole time. Isekai'd. Oh, that's really hard to. I'm Isekai'd. His name is Isekai'd. This one really depends on the time period I get sent. But it doesn't matter because, like, if it's at any point during the first 3 books, like, the world does not get made new again until the very end of the books. So I'm gonna have to live through this horrible shit no matter what if I stay a long time. So ultimately, I'm not gonna want to stay. I'm gonna say day trip or short visit. You know what? I think I might keep it in the same vein as My Hero Academia, where I show up and tell people about like what's going to happen, but then fuck off, and just get out of there. Yeah. I think a short visit would be like a week or so there. That would be cool. All right, I'll spend a week there. Hopefully it won't be like the worst possible like time for me to show up in the books. Yeah. I wouldn't mind being an Alamancer. Yeah. Okay. So, Game of Thrones. All right, the Game of Thrones universe. Game of Thrones specifically, so it's like the year 300 or whatever after Aegon's conquest. I actually know a fair amount of Game of Thrones lore because I'm a big nut for like books and that have like the history of the world of Ice and Fire, and I've watched a lot of Alt Shift X, so I actually know quite a bit about the Game of Thrones world. There are dragons, but there's only 3 of them. There's not only that, there's only 3 dragons when like I'm gonna know to avoid. All right, who am I throwing my lot in with? Like that's the thing. Like, who am I joining with here? Is it the book canon or is it that's a problem too. I don't know about the book canon. I'm going to assume this is the show canon. I'm not going to die immediately. I wouldn't die immediately. I might have to do some backstabby shit in order to survive, though. I might have to team up with, like, the Lannisters or some bullshit. Like, honestly, like, wherever I end up, I'm going to have to throw my lot in with whoever's around. Like, if I show up in the Westerlands and I'm in the Lannister territory, I'm guessing I'm helping the fucking Lannisters because I don't want to die, And I'm like, all right, I can tell you some shit. I can tell you, like, they'll be coming at me like, who are you? Why are you here? I'm like, I know shit about the Starks and the Red Keep, and I know stuff about the Targaryens, and I know all this shit. I can help you. Swear your loyalty. Well, it depends where I end up. It depends where I fucking end up. We might have to make a roll for this. We might have to make a roll for where I end up in the Game of Thrones universe. All right, hold on a minute. I'm not going to die immediately. Yeah. Most people are peasants or slaves. That is true. And I'm just a regular dude. I just get taken there. I'm just there. It's not like I've lived an entire life in the Game of Thrones universe. I just get Isekai'd there, okay? So could I finagle my way to get up into the upper echelon? Could I figure out a way to become like the nobility if I played my cards right? Maybe not the nobility, but could I get in good graces with one of the houses if I played my cards right? Roll the dice then. Yeah, I can roll a dice, but I need to figure out like what do the numbers correspond to? Yeah, because it's like 1 would be the north, 2 would be like I'd have to figure out like, because there's a lot of different regions in Game of Thrones. There's all of Westeros, and then there's Essos. And I know a lot about the lore of this world, and I know shit that's going to happen. There are people that can see the future. Like, Melisandre is a red priest, and she, like, knows what's going to happen. I could set myself up as kind of something like that. Like, I know what's going to happen, take me to, whoever. Yeah. 7 kingdoms plus Dorne, above the wall. Yeah, but then you also have Essos you have to include, and, like, the Bravos and the Free Cities, and Marine, and the Dothraki Sea. If you set yourself up like her, you almost certainly die. Actually, the way Melisandre died was just kind of like she walked off and died. She kind of like chose to die herself. How did that work out for her? She chose to die. That's how it worked out for her. I'll just not do that. There's also Sothrios. Yeah, there's so many different regions of Game of Thrones here. Don't forget the diseases. There's like grayscale and shit. Yeah, that is true. All right, hold on a minute. I'm gonna see if I can pull something up here with this. I'm gonna see if I could do something here with like this random choice thing. Let me go here for really quick. There's a way. There's something I could do with this. Okay. Let's see. I don't know. Regions of Game of Thrones generator. I'm gonna see if there's somebody that already made something like this. Westeros' house's map. That's like somebody that like made a map of Game of Thrones. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me regions of Westeros. Let's look at this. Let's look at this here. Okay. Or you know what's better? You know what's better? I have okay, the great houses. Hold on, the great houses of Westeros. That's what I need. Okay, let me give me a piece of paper here. All right, I'm gonna do a thing here. I'm gonna do a thing. Hold on a minute here. All right, great houses of Westeros. We got the Targaryens, which is Daenerys basically. Like if I roll Targaryen, I'm near where Daenerys is. It would be Marine or whatever the fuck, but that's where I am. All right, the Baratheons, the Starks, the Aarons, those are the Vale, the Lannisters, that's the Westerlands, the Tyrells, that's in the Reach, not the Reach, that's in the, is it the Reach? I forget. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The Greyjoys, those are the Iron Islands. There's a lot of other areas, but like, you know, the Martells, that's Dorne, obviously. I'll put Castle Black on here. If like I guess I'm in the Night's Watch if I end up there. I'll put like Beyond the Wall. I'll put Bravos, I guess. If I roll Targaryen, I'll just consider that like I'm in Marine or I'm helping out Daenerys or something. I'm not going to put Sothrios or a Shy or Yanti or anything like that. Those are areas that aren't mentioned in the show. I mean, they're mentioned in the show, but they're like that's like extended universe kind of. That like most of the universe takes place in the Westeros or Essos, so I'm just going to keep it with that. The Dothraki Sea, I'll put that on here. Dothraki Sea. All right, how many do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's actually perfect. That's 12 right there. All right, we're going to roll a dice and we're going to see where I end up. Whoa. Yeah, let me move that over here. Let me move back to the screen. Yeah, Beyond the Wall. I have that on there. I have Beyond the Wall on there. Yeah. The Sun Spear is Martell. That's House Martell. Yeah. Greyjoys is the Iron Islands. Iron Bank is Bravos. Yeah. Slaver's Bay is like around where Daenerys is. That's fine. Yeah, I think I have all the major areas on here. Oh, let me pull up the dice thing again. Yeah, let me do that. Dice roller. We're going to do a D12 here. Okay. All right. Winterfell is the Starks. I have that on there. All right. Here we go. Where am I ending up? D12. 6. I'm actually where the Tyrells are. I'm at House Tyrell. Okay. You know what? Out of all of the houses, that one is actually probably one of the better ones. Because, that one is like, so it's like, it's Olenna's house. Like, oh man, Olenna is like awesome. Okay, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. I'll throw my lot in with the Tyrells. They wouldn't kill me. They would not kill me right away. All right, they would not kill. I'm in Highgarden. Okay, cool. I think if I'm in Game of Thrones in the show and I'm in fucking Highgarden, I think if I could convince the people to get an audience with Olenna, I could sit down with her and I could be like, oh, you were completely right about Cersei. You were completely right about all this shit. I know stuff. Like, I might be able, I think she might buy it. She might buy it. Yeah. I think I can make this work. I can make the Tyrells win. All right. Think I should be all right. Yeah. Because I could give Olenna all the gossip on Cersei and the Lannisters and Daenerys. All that shit. Yeah. They are rich, too. They are very rich. She'll poison you. Nah, she's not going to poison me. I'll be fine. Tyrells. The Tyrells aren't bad. I got it kind of easy there. Oh, man, that could have ended badly. All right. Oh, I'm not talking to Mace. Mace is such a whipped. Like, I'll laugh at Mace. Yeah. I'll live as an informant. I'll do that. Sure. Okay, if I'm living in Highgarden, but the thing is, like, you're not wrong when you say, like, maybe eventually they might think I'm a spy or something like that. Maybe. Yeah, they're a key supplier of food for the realm. Yeah. But the better question is really, would I be able to handle, like, even if I threw my lot in with the Tyrells, so I don't die instantly, but I throw my lot in with the Tyrells, and let's say I do end up becoming a player of the Game of Thrones in a way, like even in a small tertiary kind of way. Would I be any good at it? Would I be good at that level of, like, political intrigue? And because you gotta lie, and you have to misdirect, and you have to do all this shit, and I am just not good. I do not have a poker face. You know, I do not have a poker face at all. I would not be a good spy. I would not be a good, like, I wouldn't be great at it. I would be like a day trip here. A day trip, I end up in Highgarden. I wouldn't die, probably. Yeah. You have to be Machiavellian. Honestly, you have to be a bit of a piece of shit to survive the Game of Thrones. You have to be kind of a piece of shit. You know? I would not be able to lie for shit. I would just, no. Yeah, and also, like, best case scenario, I would just get manipulated and used. That's like, yeah, maybe I could convince Olenna to not kill me, and I'm useful, but then I would basically be, like, a slave of the Tyrells. I would basically just be there, and if I tried to do anything to leave, they would just kill me, probably. Oh, dude, I don't want to become a maester. That just seems like a pain in the ass. Like, I don't want to be a maester. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, I can show it to you. The numbers that I used for this. So, here they go. So, 1 is Targaryen, 2 is Baratheon, 3 is the Starks, 4 is the Aarons, 5 is the Lannisters, 6 Tyrells, 7 Greyjoys, 8 Martells, 9 is Castle Black, 10 is Beyond the Wall, 11 is Braavos, and 12 is the Dothraki Sea. There you go. There you go. Have fun. Have fun with your own Isekai Game of Thrones adventure. I end up... Yeah, there's no way I'm ending up on the Iron Throne. That's never happening. Yeah. Pokemon is low because of Beedrills. Yeah, 100%. Pretty sure you'll just end up being horrifically tortured. Yeah, probably. Eventually, I think it'll happen later than sooner with the Tyrells, but I think eventually, yeah, I would end up getting tortured. Yeah. The Iron Throne is extremely uncomfortable. It is. Like, everybody that sits on the Iron Throne says that, like, it is an uncomfortable chair. It literally killed Viserys in House of the Dragon. Yeah. Okay, next universe is going to be rough. Okay, I don't know shit about Warhammer. I don't know. Everyone wanted me to put Warhammer 40K on here. I don't know shit about this universe. So I'm going to leave this one up to you guys. How am I making... Am I dying on arrival, or what's happening here? What if Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho and Doflamingo from One Piece had a political debate? Doflamingo would probably end up trying to kill Kurama, probably. You're probably gonna die. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You just have no human rights. You're just dead. Oh, is it like a robot apocalypse, Terminator, Skynet kind of shit, kind of situation? Day 0 death. Big dead. Big dead. Dis dead. Dead on arrival. Dead on the spot. Yes, we all die. That's it. Dead on the day 1. All right, cool. Good to know. Good to know it's instant death from that universe. You know, that makes it quick anyway. Is it a quick death at least? Is it a painful death? Do I just get like laser rifled and just, you know, incinerated? Or is it like, you know, I'm like slowly tortured and killed? Like what kind of death is waiting for me here? No, it's worse than that. It's worse than Skynet. Like, oh, fuck. Okay. The zombie apocalypse is better, honestly. All right, I'm going to put that up on. I'm going to put Warhammer at the top of this universe thing then. Okay, sure. There we go. Blood for blood. It depends. It depends. You're lucky if you die on the spot. Like, all right, cool. You'll get taken by a dark elder ant and you'll get turned into a living couch. Yeah, that sounds very like Cronenberg to me. I don't want to be a couch. You get turned into a lobotomized servant. And that's probably like best case scenario, right? Well, no, I guess best case scenario would, if it's a choice between dying or being turned into a lobotomized servant, I would probably go with the death at that point. Yeah. It's like Tokyo Ghoul torture. Oh, Jesus. It's literally everything. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. No, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with dying in the Warhammer universe. There we go. And even when you die, you just go straight to hell. Jesus Christ. Is there no heaven in this universe? No, it's just hell. You will go there, you'll get killed by a robot, and you go to hell. There you go. That's Warhammer 40K, and it is intense, and it is awesome. No, there's no heaven. There's just hell. Oh my God. That is a brutal universe. What kind of masochist made this universe? Jesus. There's double hell. Oh, dude. Okay. All right. I don't know anything about this. That's why I put it on there. This does not seem like a fun place to live. All right. Okay. All right. Naruto universe. All right. Naruto universe. I know the topography fairly well, like the geography and shit. Let's find out what land I live in. I'm not going to write all of them because there's too many, but I'm just going to write the big ones. I'm going to write like land of fire, land of water, land of earth, land of wind, land of lightning. I'm just writing that in. We need one more. Land of Iron, or the steel. Land of Iron is the samurai place. I'll write that in. I know there's more regions than that. There's like the land of waterfalls and shit. I know there's more, but I'm just gonna keep it simple and just do one. I'm just gonna roll a d6 for this. I'm just gonna roll an actual d6 because I don't want to pull up the thing again. All right, d6. 1. Land of Fire. Woo! I end up in Konoha. Okay, cool. All right, I'm in Konoha, get to hang out with everybody. I'm just a dude. You know, that's actually not too bad. I get to go to Ichiraku Ramen. I get to try the ramen. I was like, I've always wanted to try the Ichiraku Ramen because Naruto loves it. So I get to go there, and maybe I'll meet Naruto there, and maybe we could chat for a bit. You know, that wouldn't be too bad living in the village. Yeah. You know, it's also fine if I don't end up there's other towns in Konoha. They're not all the Hidden Leaf Village. But I would go to the Hidden Leaf Village because I would actually want to try. I would want to try the ramen. Like, the ramen apparently is really damn good. I would want to try that. Yeah. I would go not extended vacation. I would go short visit, which I'm realizing is definitely becoming. I'm like realizing a lot of these places aren't as bad as I think. Because I want to try the ramen, and I want to get there and maybe hang out, maybe talk to some of the cast of Naruto if I'm hanging out in Konoha. They're all gonna be there. You know what I mean? I'll probably run into somebody. It might not be Naruto. Well, if I just hang out at Ichiraku long enough, I'm gonna run into Naruto. Or Hinata, because Hinata also, like, canonically, it's so funny to me. Hinata eats so much ramen. Hinata can devour like 30 bowls of ramen, no problem. Stop Sasuke somehow? Pfft, fuck that. I don't care about Sasuke. I don't give a shit about that guy's storyline. I don't care. He can go die in a ditch for all I give a shit. He's a traitor of the village. I don't give a shit. But Probably wouldn't say that to Naruto's face. Probably wouldn't say that right to Naruto's face. But, go meet Tsunade. I mean, I would try to meet with Tsunade. I would try to hang out and have a meeting with Tsunade. Probably not going to hang out with Tsunade. Probably not going to happen. She's probably too busy. Yeah. Bro really said he doesn't care about half the story. You know, I have a love-hate relationship with Naruto. There's parts of it I really, really love, and then there's parts I just don't care about. All right? Like, it's a very, like, yeah. I would be fine in the Naruto world. Like, if it's before Pain shows up, I could always just leave. If I'm in Konoha and I'm like, all right, looks like Pain's going to be showing up in the next couple of days. I'm out. And then just, like, leave the village. Just, like, just let it happen. That'd be horrible. Yeah, I'm going to go with a short visit. I'd be all right with that. Digimon! Digimon! Digital monsters, Digimon are the champions! Digimon! Digital monsters, Digimon are the champions! Did you know there's a Digimon that is made out of guns? I didn't know this, but there's a Digimon called Gundramon, and he's literally just a dragon. Not even a dragon made out of guns. He's a bunch of guns made out of a dragon. Or a bunch of guns that kind of look like a dragon, or guns or dragon. He's Gundramon! Alright? Yeah, Gundramon. Yeah, Gundramon. We all know Gundramon. Oh, dude. All right, so the idea here is I'm getting Isekai'd into the digital world, like the Digidestined are. Like, I guess I'm Digidestined in this universe because I'm getting digitized into the digital world. I get so sick of the word digital after a while. I'd be really sick of hearing digital for like the 50th time. You know? We're gonna digivolve in the digital universe. Digivolution. Prodigious. I'd be like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Digimon is a little safer than Pokemon. All right, I'll give it to you. But there are no, because there's still giant bugs. There's giant bug Digimon. I can't think of any off the cuff, but there's probably, you know what? There's probably a giant bug Digimon that has a damn bazooka for a stinger, honestly. Like, yeah. We get it. We're in the digital world, for fuck's sake. I get it. Yeah. Who would be my partner? All right, you know, that one we could actually probably... You know what? I bet there's a random Digimon generator that we could probably use on the internet. So I'm going to look for that right now, because I guarantee that probably exists. Let's find out. All right, random Digimon generator. Yep. All right. Generate a random Digimon. I don't know if this accounts for, like, you know, rookie champion. I don't know if I could roll this and just end up with a mega immediately, but hey, I'll take it. All right. Okay. So where's the thing? Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. Random Digimon generator thing. Loading. Loading. Still loading. It's not running. Okay, hold on. Let me try to find another one. Digimon Fusion Generator. Digimon Generator. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. Okay. So it's like a simple thing. It's okay. It says Agumon right now, but I'm not picking Agumon. That was like the default that was there. Let me pull this up. All right, Digimon Generator. All right, it's really simple. It's just a button. It says Agumon. That's the default. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna click this randomize button. And we get what we get. All right, here we go. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I get a Meta B. I don't know what a Meta B is. All right, so now next thing, I get to look up what a Meta B is. That sounds like that sounds like a Pokemon. Meta B, Digimon. What the fuck is this thing? What is this? Is this a Digimon? No, it's a Digimon. It's like a robot companion thing. Is this thing even a Pokemon? I mean, even a Digimon? Meta B is a rhinoceros beetle digital life form formerly named Metal B. It's an old generation Beetle type Metabot. What the fuck is a Metabot? All right, I'm rolling that again. This is like some weird, you know, I don't know what this is. That's Metabots. All right, well, it's on the Digimon wiki. That's a different show. Okay, so that's like a spin-off of Digimon. All right. Yeah, this doesn't have Mon at the end of it. That's not cool. All right, we're going to roll that again. All right, that's once again something that's just an auto generation. Kodoku. Hold on, let me push the. It's not fair if I don't get to push the randomize button. All right, let's try that again. All right, okay. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna randomize it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Here we go. Okay, here's something. Shurimon. All right, I don't know what that is either. All right, let's look that up now. Shurimon. That sounds like an actual Digimon. Okay, Shurimon. All right, Shurimon is... Oh, I know this thing. I saw that. That's the ninja guy with the shuriken for arms and legs and feet. I actually really love this Digimon. I had a toy of this growing up, actually. Hold on, I'll take a picture of it. I'll download the thing and I'll show it to you. If you don't remember what this thing is. I remember this thing. I had a little toy of this when I was growing up. This is from, like, Adventures 2 or whatever. Like, okay, cool. Yeah. All right, let me show you a picture here. If the thing ever loads. Dude got an armored. Yeah, it's an armor Digivolve. Yeah, I got one of those. It's Hawkmon. Okay, cool. I mean, like, if you want to say in training, it's the Hawkmon, but it's this thing. It's this Digimon. Which I always like that guy. He's got shuriken for hands and feet, and then another giant shuriken for on his back, and he's got leaves. So, all right. I'd be all right with that. I'd be okay with this. That's not too bad. That's fine. Okay, so that's my Digimon companion. You know, honestly, an extended vacation in the digital world wouldn't be that bad. You know, if I have a Digimon companion hang out there for a little bit, I'd be all right with that. I would want to go home eventually. I'd go home, sure. But it wouldn't be too bad. Let's do an extended vacation then. Yeah, if I rolled shit, like I got a shitty Digimon or something, maybe not. Well, no, because when you're Digidestined, you kind of just get a Digimon. With Pokemon, you kind of have to catch your own Pokemon and shit. It's like a thing. I don't want to see that. Yeah, I don't want to be in the Pokemon universe with the giant bee. At least here I have a friend that can help me. Okay? I kind of live in the digital world. I'm in the digital world right now. You're perceiving me through the digital world. Ooh. All right. That was the most shonen Digimon I've ever seen. Yeah, it's definitely up there. Okay, Star Wars. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I have seen the original trilogy. I have begrudgingly... Okay, I've seen... I almost did not make it through Phantom Menace, but I did watch all of Phantom Menace. I did not make it through Attack of the Clones. And I remember watching Revenge of the Sith when I was like 12. I saw it in theaters. It was actually the first Star Wars movie I ever saw was Episode 3. I don't know. I know this is a universe that really has like the amount of lore that's explained in the movies is like this, and the amount of lore that's like expanded in books and TV shows and audio dramas and shit is like the size of the ocean in comparison. So I've never been way into Star Wars. Like it's good. Like the original trilogy is great. But I'm not really into that, like, sci-fi. I'm just not into it. Life sucks for everyone in Star Wars. Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to be a Jedi. I'm not going to be a Sith either. I'm just going to be a guy. Just a dude. Pick a random planet. Well, is there a random planet world? A random planet generator. Random location generator. I'm not even going to pull it up on the screen. I'm just if I could find one, I'll roll for it and I'll just tell you. You're just going to have to trust me. All right. Random Star Wars planet generator. Yeah, that exists. That's a thing. Of course it did. All right. Random Star Wars planet generator. What do we got? There's a couple, actually. Roll. Does it say the name of the planet? It doesn't give me the name of a planet. It just gives me the descriptions. All right, hold on. Let me try another one. Random Star Wars planet. Welcome to Random Star Wars planet generator. Okay. Where's the random button? I just want a generator, guys. Just give me a cool generator. I know it's Star Wars. I know it's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know what any of this shit means. Generate new planet. All right, here we go. Tatooine. Okay, all right. That's literally what came up. Generate new planet, Tatooine. So I actually do know Tatooine. So I'm on a desert planet. Yay. That would suck. That would suck so hard. No, I'm not doing that. That would suck hard. Yeah, it's just lots of sand in my asshole. I won't want that. I don't want that. I don't want to live in the sand. Rest in peace. I don't think I'm gonna die. I'm just get me out of here. Get me out of here. That's not great. Oh yeah, and also there's Jabba. Could be a water farmer on Tatooine. Yeah, no. Yeah, have fun trying to avoid getting enslaved. Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's also space worms. Yeah. Yeah, Java the Hutt. He's Java. He likes a good cup of Java. Yeah. You also got the Raiders. Yeah, Tusken Raiders and the Jawas. Yeah, I'm just get me out of here. Get me out of here. Probably won't die instantly, but get me out of here. Yeah. Okay, what's next? Goku from Dragon Ball. So Dragon World. All right, living in the Dragon World. Okay. This is another one that has a confirmed afterlife. Heaven is confirmed to live. Like, the heaven in the Dragon Ball universe isn't bad. You just gotta wait in a really long-ass line through King Yemma in order to get there. Then again, the big line only happens when, like, Cell blows up the planet or something. I know Cell didn't blow up the planet. I know that was Boo. But, humans can learn to fly. That is true. Humans can learn Ki. Would I care enough? Would I be able to do it, though, is the question. But even if the planet does get blown up, like, yeah, the planet gets blown up. Oh, you know what else? The crazy thing about, okay, here's something about the Dragon Ball Z universe, or just the Dragon Ball universe in general. Death does not mean as much as it does in our universe. It just doesn't. Because, number one, the afterlife is understood and explained. You know that Goku does. The reason death is a big deal in our world is because when you're dead, and you can't. Maybe you believe in an afterlife, maybe you believe in reincarnation, but the idea is, like, when your grandpa dies, he's not coming back to talk to you later. Like, he's just gone. You know, he's just gone for good, right? Maybe you believe in an afterlife, but, like, he's not coming back here, okay? In the Dragon Ball universe, you know, like, oh no, Goku's dead, but, like, who gives a shit? I mean, like, you know where he is, you know what he's doing, you know, he can talk to you through King Kai whenever he wants, and you have a mechanism to bring the dead back whenever you want. Like, the mechanism exists. Like, imagine if in our universe, in our world, there was the Dragon Balls. Like, yeah, when people die, it's really sad, but, you know, you could collect the Dragon Balls and bring them back. That is a way that there's at least an option. Even if it's very difficult, at least there's a chance. You know, like, there's a way to bring the dead back. There does not exist a way in our universe like that. Yeah. Sounds exhausting. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, like, Tekken just died. It's like, yeah, but you know he's up there in King Yemma's line, and I go to heaven, and it's cool, and it's fine, and you know where I'm at, you know it's all good. Like, it's confirmed. It's like that you see a map at one point of the universe. You know how it's laid out. Yeah, there's spaceships. Yeah, that's cool. I wouldn't hate it. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Why not? Why not? What's the worst that can happen to me in the Dragon Ball universe? Boo exterminates the entire planet? They'll bring us back with the Dragon Balls. Worst case, we get blown up, and then I end up in the afterlife, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm still conscious. I'm still me. That's cool. And then I'll just get brought back with the Dragon Balls at some point. Like, that's not too bad, actually. Fuck, I don't even need to learn how to fight. I don't even need to learn how to use Ki. There's internet, right? There's internet and stuff in the Dragon Ball universe. Yeah, sure. Zeno deletes your universe. Yeah, but it comes right back. They make the wish on the Super Dragon Balls, and it comes right back. It's fine. There's a couple of moments where we blip out of existence and come right back to it. It's whatever. It's fine. We don't notice it. I'm not going to get sucked into the dead zone. Yeah. Would you be a world hopper in Mistborn? Probably not. I'd probably just be stuck in Mistborn. Not going to get enslaved by Frieza. I'll be in Dragon World. I'll be fine. I'll just be a regular guy. I'll probably just be doing this, to be honest with you. I'll still just probably be a YouTuber in the Dragon Ball universe. Hey guys, all right, so there's this dude named Cell, and he's challenging the greatest fighters in the world to a world martial arts tournament. Mr. Satan is our only chance. I'm going to make a video on top 10 reasons why Mr. Satan is going to beat the shit out of Cell. Like, I'll be fine. I'll eke out an existence somehow. It'll be fine. Wait, so you die. Who are you expecting to get the Dragon Balls? No, not if I die of natural causes. If I die of natural causes, I just go to heaven. Like, there, done, and I get to still be conscious and shit. If I die because the Earth got blown up, Goku or somebody will get the Dragon Balls and bring us all back, so it's fine. It's good. It's okay. There's 2 sets of Dragon Balls. There's actually 3. I'll worry about the other guys. Like, I'll know that they're out there. I'll know that, like, Goku and everybody is out there. Yeah. Unless you're in Future Trunks' timeline. But I'm not in Future Trunks' timeline. I'm just in the regular timeline with, like, Goku and everybody. It's all good. Yeah, I could go to a Tenkaichi Budokai. That'd be fun. Just make sure to sit on the opposite side of the stands when Vegeta just incinerates the... See, even if that were to happen, it's like, dude, I'm going to sit right here and get nuked by Vegeta. Boom! And it's like, I know I'm going to come back. You know, I know I'm going to get wished back pretty soon, so it's fine. Oh my god, I can't believe Vegeta just... Vegeta just incinerated me. I'm so happy. Man, I am honored. I'm honored personally. And I know I'm going to come back in a couple hours. You know? Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be fine. Oh, man. The existence of a confirmed afterlife really does sway the decision a bit, you know? All right. Okay, so the Rick and Morty universe. I don't know really what to do with this one. Because there's like multiple universes. So let's just say I'm in I'm in C-137, but I think C-137 even gets destroyed eventually by the Mr. Frundles incident. So that's not good. Yeah, so this isn't good because I'm not Rick and Morty. So Rick will do something to destroy the Earth, or in the universe maybe, and then he'll skip out and get the fuck out of there, and then I'm just going to be dead. So, depends on if you know Rick. Yeah, I don't think I know. Okay, hold on a minute. Wait, no, hold on a second, though. Because they break the fourth wall. Like, that's kind of the point of Rick and Morty. It's like fourth wall breaking. Like, Rick at a certain level understands he's in a show. Because he breaks the fourth wall all the time. He understands he's there. Okay, he understands kind of to a degree. So if I could find Rick in whatever dimension I'm in, maybe it's fly fishing Rick or whatever. I find Rick and I'm like, hey dude, I'm not from this universe. I'm from another universe where this is a show on Adult Swim. And then Rick would take out some gadget or something and like, boop, 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 boop. Yep, it checks out. So what the fuck? You want like a beer or something? And I'm like, no, I'm just like, can you send me home? And he'd be like, I'm kind of hungry. Not really feeling like it right now. Yeah, I know. I get it. I really do. I mean, I could tell you shit about the future if you want. I don't think Rick would really give a shit. Maybe he would. Maybe he wouldn't. I don't know. Be like, tell you what, Rick. I'll buy you a 6-pack if you send me back to my reality. And he'd be like, yeah, all right, let's do it. Like, that would be pretty much it. Like, it wouldn't be bad, you know? He'd kill you on the spot. Rick would not kill me on the spot. He wouldn't, like, a guy would just be like, hey, I'm not from this dimension. Like, oh, he wouldn't kill me on the spot. You know, I could bribe him with a 6-pack of beer and maybe a Slim Jim, and he'll send me back to my dimension. He'll be fine. Some Ricks would. That's true. But I'm just going to have to roll the dice on this one. You know what I mean? Well, okay, here's something I could do. I could hang out in this universe for long enough, because if there's an evil Rick in our universe, I'm going to know about it. Like, it's going to be like the shrimp totalitarian world or something. Like, I'm going to know, like, okay, this is a universe where there's an evil Rick. I got to stay away from that guy. But if I'm just in a universe where there's like, okay, it's a normal world, there's no crazy totalitarian government going on, Rick is not clearly evil, it might be one of the more chill Ricks, because there are Ricks that are also chill. Just as many that are evil and fucked up that would kill me on sight are also some that are just pretty chill kind of Ricks, you know? So it really depends on the kind of Rick that I get. So I don't know. What are we going to do? Flip a coin on this one? I don't know. Like, what do we do here? Oh, it's definitely a less safe world than ours. There's aliens and shit. Yeah, like there's definitely a less safe world than ours. But there might be an easy way to get back. It just depends on the Rick. Because Rick could get me back to my dimension in like 2 seconds. He could just like set the portal gun and just, psh, there you go. And like, that's it. You know what I mean? Drink every time he says Rick. Rick. Damn it, Rick. Damn it, Rick. How you doing, Rick? All right. Yeah, Toriko should be on here. I'll put Toriko on here at some point. Before we go, I'll rate Toriko. The key is to be friends with Morty. Yeah, I don't want to hang out with Morty, though. Oh, that's another thing, too. I could convince Rick to send me to another universe. I could be like, hey, he's like, okay, okay, let's say I find a Rick that's pretty cool. He's chill. I can either bribe him to get me back to my universe, or he's just an okay Rick that'll send me back to whatever universe. Like, hey, I'm not from here. Can you send me somewhere? And he's like, oh yeah, sure, why not? You know, I'm chill Rick. I'm chill vibing Rick. I just smoke my pot and just hang out on the couch all day watching interdimensional cable. What's going on with you? It's like, yeah, I need to get sent back to my world. He's like, yeah, all right, you know, why not? And he's like, yeah. So I could get sent to some other universe. I don't have to pick this one. Boob World. It would be nice to visit Boob World. Boob World is canon. They've never shown it either. They've never shown Boob World. God, dude, if I did end up in the Rick and Morty universe, I'd be like, damn it, this is my one opportunity to actually visit Boob World. I gotta visit Boob World. Yeah. Damn it. Thank you for bringing up. I almost passed up Boob World, Slyaton. I gotta figure out. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm staying in the Rick and Morty universe until I figure out a way to get to Boob World. Yeah, I'll figure out something. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I'll finagle. I'll steal Rick's portal gun. I'll figure out some way to get there. Okay, I got to. All right. How am I planning on surviving the Hunger Games? I'm not. I'm just hoping I don't get selected, which we kind of figured it out. Like, I probably wouldn't get picked for it. Battle of the U. No, I think most of my selves would be chill, because I've thought about that before. I've thought about, like, what happens if I end up, like, what happens if I run into a clone of myself at one point. Like, I don't think I'd immediately just start beating the shit out of myself, you know? Be like, oh, hey, you're me. Oh, hey, you're me too. Cool. I don't really subscribe to the whole kind of like, which one's the real one? Which one has a soul? That's not me. I'd be like, oh, hey, dude. Hey, man. You go do your thing. All right, I'm going to go do my thing. It's just like, yeah, sure. I'm not going to be like, there could be only one of us. It's like, nah, it could be as many of us as matters. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it might freak me out a bit, but like, Yeah, I could do Rick's chores for him. I could be like, yeah, you know, hey, can you take me to Boob World, or at least portal me to Boob World? I'll mow your grass for you. Yeah, I get used to it. Yeah. All right, what's next? Oh, Mare. So Mare is an isekai that I watched on like Jetix. Remember Jetix? way back in like 2006 or 7. It was an anime that was on Cartoon Network. It was an isekai, probably the first isekai, or maybe Digimon was probably the first isekai I ever saw. But like, yeah, so Mare, it's fantasy world. You get there's magic jewelry. So and magic jewelry, like, and Ginta can use magic jewelry, although he has Babo, which is like a special harem because he's the main character, so he gets the special shit. But I think you could just get yourself a magic harem and just anybody can use it. So like I get magic jewelry. And there's this evil group called the Chess Pieces that take over the world, and then they have a game to determine who wins and loses, like Apocalypse, basically. Like, if we win, then the apocalypse happens. If we lose, it doesn't. But I know Team Mare wins. Team Mare wins the war games. So it's like, okay, they win the war games, and then that's it, and then I'm fine, you know. And so it's not a bad place to live in. I'd like to hang out and watch them fight, like watch the war games and watch it like finish up and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, Shovel Bro, Jack. It'd be cool to see Jack. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very old school, early 2000s isekai anime. I'd check it out. It doesn't overstay its welcome. The plot of Mare is literally, it's the most standard isekai plot ever. Jinta is a middle school student that fantasizes about being in a fantasy world. And then a magical portal opens up in his classroom and takes him into a fantasy world. And then he meets a witch, and the witch is super hot and teaches him how to use magic items. And then he finds a super special magic item. And then there are these bad guys that are trying to take over the world. And then they free a princess from a castle, and that's his love interest. And then they find a dog that turns into this really cool, badass old dude named Alan. And then the evil guys show up. And then there's like, okay, now we're going to fight in an anime tournament to decide the fate of the world. And then he teams up with Jack, who's like his best friend. And then they go through the tournaments, and they like after each phase of the tournament, they level up and they have a training arc. And it's like, okay, you get more stronger magical swag and magical gear and magical jewelry and magical stones and shit like that. And then by the end of it, you find out that Ginta's dad was also Isekai'd in the world, and then they beat him, and then everything is happy, and Ginta goes back to his homeworld. Like, there it is. There it is. It doesn't overstay his welcome. I pretty much summarized the entire plot right there. It's very bare basic, but it's fun. Yeah. It's fine. Man, I should really read Mare. I go back and read it, like, every now and then. Yeah, I love the old school shit like that. Like, yeah, it's not dragged out. I think it's like the whole thing is like 100 chapters or so. I think it's a little over 100 chapters. It's not a long series. Anyway, I'm going to hang out. Extended vacation, because like I know what happens and it doesn't take that long. So I'm just going to chill out there for a year or so and then head back. Yeah. Maybe I'll leave with Ginta, you know. All right, what's next? Okay, this is the Dune universe. This is another one I don't know anything about, so I leave this up to you. I know there's giant sandworms. That's it. So I'm on the Dune world. Dune. Yeah, the same guy behind Flame of Recca, which has similarities to My Hero Academia a little bit, actually. Good game. There's so much sand. You're dead. There's too much sand. Dune is not bad. Okay, would I be dead upon arrival? Unless I get really unlucky. Like, yeah, obviously there's these like, you could be dead on arrival in our universe if you land in the middle of traffic. You know what I mean? Like, but other than, like, really shitty luck, because apparently Warhammer is like, if I show up in Warhammer, I'm just dead. Okay? But, like, would I be dead immediately? You would probably just get dehydration in a sandstorm. Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun. It's pretty cool if you just mind your business. Yeah, all right. I'm going to say get me out of here. I don't think I would die instantly. I'm leaving it up to you. Maybe I might get a little lucky. Maybe I might not. But it's not like an instant death arrival. And I don't know anything about the world. So I would be your standard amnesiac isekai protagonist. Like, I don't know who I am. I'm on a quest to discover my lost past. You know, it'd be kind of like that. Well, I would know who I am, but yeah. Oh, Mashal and Harry Potter ended up right next to each other, actually. That's kind of funny. All right, so Mashal and Harry Potter. Mashal, I would not have any magic. So I would be immediately, like, the lowest caste of society and extremely discriminated against. That doesn't sound like fun to me. So, I mean, like, could I just take a marker and just... There we go. There we go. I'm a magic user, guys. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to be dead or imprisoned pretty quickly. I'm going to say probably going to die in the Mashal universe because it's not going to be good for me. Because if you don't have magic, they literally round you up and, like, throw you somewhere. You know what I mean? It's not fun. Don't they just kill you if you don't have magic? That you either get killed or you get imprisoned for life. Either way, that doesn't sound fun to me. Yeah, they've literally, no, they kill you. They kill you. Yeah. I also don't have muscles. So, yeah, no. Mash has plot armor and he has muscles. I don't have either. I'm just a guy that shows up without a mark on his face, and then they're going to be like, oh, you're an unmarked, ding, 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 unmarked person here, kill him. You know, like, that'll be that shit. He doesn't know magic, he's a piece of shit. You know, like, that would be me. I'd just be dead. Usually when you get isekais in a match, yeah, not in this one, though. We're not doing that here. I'm just a guy that gets isekai'd. What about cream puffs? I mean, the cream puffs would be pretty good. Yeah, that would not be fun. Now, Harry Potter, though. So if I'm just, it's just basically our world, right? It's our world except muggles. I'm a muggle. That's it. Like, that's it. I would know wizards exist. Dude, the Harry Potter universe, if you think about it for longer, that, like, J.K. Rowling she didn't really care about, like, world building or anything like that in terms of, like, the universe. I read all the books. I've seen all the movies. Yeah, don't say Voldemort's name. Like, I'm not going to do that. I guess I just live my normal life just knowing that wizards exist. I'm like I'd be walking down the street and I would see, like, an old, like, tin can that's just sitting there for some reason and it never gets moved, and I'd just be like, that's a fucking port key. But, like, what am I going to do about it? You know what I mean? J.K. Rowling does not like consistency. And there's a lot of other stuff we could say about J.K. Rowling, but that's not the point of this. The point is the story. And there's really, like, you know, would I even want to be a wizard in this universe? You know, because it just seems like it would be fine just being a muggle. You know what I mean? Like, and I wouldn't be going to Hogwarts even if I was a wizard. I'd be going to, like, Illuva Mater or whatever it's called in the, I'd be going to the place in America. But it wouldn't matter anyway. I wouldn't be a wizard. I'm not being a wizard. I'm 30. I'm 30 anyway. I'm well past the age to become a wizard, all right? Maybe it's like I get a GED, you know? I go to Wizard Polytechnical Institute and I get my wizard GED or something like that. I'm not going to Hogwarts. I'm 31 years old almost, you know? Yeah. Ilvermorny. Yeah, I'm not going there. Yeah. So what happens if you don't find out you're a wizard until you're an adult? Because that has to happen at some point. There has to be some instances where, like, a 28-year-old, like, maybe it's just a thing with, like, a mutation or something where your magic just doesn't develop until way later in life. Like, what happens to you then? Do you just, like, just like, you're just, what do I do? You still go to Hogwarts. I'm not going to Hogwarts. I'm not going back to high school. No, I'm not doing that. They'll send somebody to pick you up. You'll go to night school. Yeah, I would go to Ilvermorny. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I would go to the one in America. Yeah. You get good benefits. Yeah, but Hagrid had magic and then he got expelled. This would be like if I didn't get magic until, like, I'm 30 years old. Like, They send a dude. They send like not even like it's not even the professor or anything. It's just a random guy that works at the school that's just like, "You Matthew Crawford?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "You're a wizard. Get on." It's like, "All right, what are we doing?" He's like, "You're going to wizard night school, Matt." I'm like, all right, cool, I guess. Wizard night school. They send the janitor. I don't want to get, like, part of me doesn't even want to get involved, though. Like, I don't even want to get involved with the Magic Council or the Ministry or whatever the equivalent is in the United States, the Secretary of Magic. I don't even want to get involved with that shit, you know? It's like, I'll be living my normal life. Oh, by the way, I'm happy having the internet, too. Like, wizards, like, there's a lot of times in the story where, like, wizards don't even know how to, like, use basic electronics. And it's like, dude, some of this shit has to be easier than using magic. Like, yeah, you could send a telekinetic message or you could text. Like, you could just send a text. Can you take a picture of anything you want with magic? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, I think being a muggle is just better. Technology is kind of more just, you know, you're like I like to have a car. I don't want to ride a broom. I don't want to be flying around and getting bugs in my teeth and shit. I don't want to wear, like, just give me a car, okay? Yeah, wizards are lazy, but it's also, like, you get cooler. Like, if you're a wizard, you don't have a PS5. Like, what do you do for entertainment? You know, it's like you don't even get to do shit. There's just so many moments in the story. I think there's a moment in Prisoner of Azkaban, and I have a friend that loves Harry Potter that could break down all the Harry Potter books for you, but there's a moment in Harry Potter, I think, where Hermione is working on an assignment for Muggle studies, because that's a class, and she's like, "I'm writing an essay on why Muggles think they need electricity," and it's like, it's not that they think they need electricity, it's just very handy to have. So, like, wizards don't understand electricity? It's like, this sucks. I'm gonna be a Muggle, you know? Dudley had a PS1. Yeah, he's not a wizard. Like, you go up to, like, Ron and something and be like, hey, you go to Ron's house at the Burrow and be like, okay, cool, where's your PlayStation? And be like, I don't know what the hell that even is. It's like, why not? Why don't you know what a PlayStation is? It's fun. That's something in another Muggle. Why would we play with Muggle toys? It's like, because they're awesome. What wizard has a Nintendo DS? It's exactly like, Ron, here's a Nintendo DS. Here's Pokemon. Play it. And be like, holy crap, this is the best thing ever. It's like, yeah. How does it work? It's like, it's called science. Like, all right? Yeah. All right. Anyway, I guess, you know, like, I guess I would either my new home or extended vacation. I just wouldn't be a wizard. It would just be the same world I live in as of now, except magic does exist. So it's like, okay, I live in a world knowing that magic is real. Nah. I'll say extended vacation. I'll say extended vacation. Yeah. Because I don't want shit to get too out of hand, you know? Yeah, it's just living in this world. All right, what's next? Power Rangers. Go Power Rangers. All right. Nobody ever dies in Power Rangers. The giant monsters only attack the abandoned buildings districts, so I don't have to worry about dying. The Rangers always show up to save the day. Nobody ever dies. Who the fuck dies in Power Rangers? You know what I mean? The Pink Ranger did die in Lost Galaxy. That actually did happen. Yeah. Trini does. Oh my god, that's no. I mean, okay, canonically in the special they did, the 25th anniversary special back in last year. Yeah, she does canonically die there, but her actress actually died in a car accident. Real shit does happen. That's sad. Still, I wouldn't want to live in the giant monster. Like, there's giant kaijus and shit. You know, even if I don't die from that, that's an inconvenience for sure. You know, there's giant monsters stomping around. There's people living on the moon that are trying to take over the world. There's like a spaceship with a crazy, this is a lot. There's a lot of crazy shit that goes down in Power Rangers, you know. Rent would be cheap as fuck, though. Yeah, it kind of would be, yeah. It is kind of horrifying if you're just a regular dude. Yeah. But everything is also very, like, PG. You know what I mean? Like, there's really no major, like... You know what I mean? There's no major problems other than the giant monsters attacking you, right? Like, no character in Power Rangers is like, yeah, so my dad beat my mom last night. You know, like, that never happens. So it's like everything's kind of G-rated. Not even PG a little bit for violence, but like nothing horrible happens like in the world, and like there's no regular crime. There's just giant monster crime. RPM was an apocalypse though. Oh, you know what would be fun? Okay, which Power Ranger season do we end up in? And then I make my decision from there. Yeah. You can't swear though. That's another one. Yeah. Some Power Ranger seasons are more bloody, or maybe not bloody, but more violent. There might be some blood in some of them. I drew a mark on my face. Guys, I'm a wizard. All right. Rick and Morty for my new home. Yeah, go back and watch it. I lay out the reason for it. If you're confused by any of the reasons I picked them, I explain them when I put them in there. All right. How many? Okay, Power Ranger season list. Okay, Power Ranger seasons. There's, what's the current one? The current Power Ranger season that we're in right now? List of Power Ranger seasons. All right, here we go. Power Ranger series on the wiki. All right, what do we got here? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's Alien Rangers. Okay, so Mighty Morphin's Mighty Morphin's like its own thing, because it goes through 3 seasons, and then the Alien Rangers. So I'm just counting all of Mighty Morphin as like one season. Oh, not one season, but like one series. So then we got Zeo, and Zeo's kind of the continuation of that. I'm just gonna roll for. I'll just roll for it. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll a D30. I actually do have a D30 upstairs, but I kind of don't want to get it. I'll roll it and see what happens. If we end up in season 2 of Mighty Morphin, that's fine. There is a remake version. You know what? I'm just rolling a D30. I'm rolling a D30, and what comes what may. You know? All right. Roll dice. All right, I want a custom dice here. Can I get a custom dice? Roll a D30. Roll a D30. Okay, here we go. 23. All right, I'm just going season 23. Dino Supercharge. So Dino Charge. That's one of the newer seasons. That's the one. Dino Supercharge is pretty good, right? That's the one where they have like at the end of the season, dinosaurs are like real. Like they brought them into the real world or something. It's yeah. You know what? I think yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with I think I'm just gonna go with Day Trip on this one. Like I'm okay. I'm just gonna go Day Trip on this one. You know, I'm down for it. Yeah, that'd be cool. No, but that's it. I don't think anybody's ever really died in Power Rangers except for the Pink Ranger that one time. Yeah. All right, what's next? Oh, Goblin Slayer. Okay, probably not going to die immediately, but there's monsters and goblins that are patrolling the countryside that'll sack villages and kill you and slit your throat in your sleep, so no. No. I'm going to say get me out of here. I'm going to say get me out of here. Goblin Slayer can't be everywhere at once. He can if there's goblins. Just work as a cleric. I don't think I'd be great as a cleric. No one has died in Power Rangers. Every monster ever. That's right. I didn't include the monsters. I'm sorry. Just don't go in the dungeon, cave, or wilderness. No, because, like, even living in a town, you could get attacked by goblins or ogres or anything. Like, nowhere is perfectly safe. That's the thing. Like, and this is a very brutal world that Goblin Slayer, like episode 1 of Goblin Slayer is some brutal shit. So I'm going to say that. Berserk. I love the expression of Guts' face. Like, oh, poor Guts. He's snapped in so many ways. All right, Guts, Berserk, is it worse than Warhammer? I'm getting the impression Warhammer's the worst, so I'm going to put Berserk right behind that. Berserk, I'm going to die. It's like medieval, but also medieval with demons that just, it's like Chainsaw Man. It's worse than Chainsaw Man. So many people die in this. It's so broken. I'm either dying or I'm losing my sanity, which is basically the same thing. Medieval times, no internet, demons spawn that can rip a human apart with their little finger. Oh, God. Gods are real, and they're horrible demons that want you to die. Oh, man, yeah. It's cruel. It's cruel. So, Berserk is an easy one for me. I'm going to die. And the last one we have, well, no, I want to include, hold on, let me put Toriko on here really quick. Let me pick Toriko up, because I did want to include that. I was actually watching an episode of Toriko the other night. Toriko. Toriko. That's a funny picture of Toriko, but I'll use that one. There we go. That's a funny picture of him. All right. Okay, there we go. Warhammer 40K makes Berserk look like a Disney pleasant. Oh shit! All right, it's that fucked up then. Okay, well, glad I don't live there then. Okay, this is the MCU. I know that there's a lot of different versions of the Earth in Marvel comics, and like a version of Earth 37B or whatever the hell. But like, this is specifically the MCU. So you got Iron Man, played by who looks exactly like Robert Downey Jr. He's Tony Stark, but he looks exactly like Robert Downey Jr. It's Chris Evans, but it's Steve Rogers, who is Captain America. Yeah. Get this man a shield. Well, what movie do I end up in? That's important. What movie is this? What movie do I get dropped in the MCU? Let's look that up. Let's get this man a shield. Because if I get dropped down in the middle of Infinity War, fuck. That's not good. List of Marvel movies. Or I guess I should... A list of Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because there were Marvel movies before. I get dropped into the Spider-Man movie and like the Spider-Man TV special in like 1974 or something like that. Okay, God, how many of these are there? There are so many of these movies. Oh, my God. Oh, man. How many are there? I just need a number. Yeah. Give me a number. I have to count all these. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. This is fucking ridiculous. This is ridiculous now. Like, I was excited for this shit back in high school, but 36, 37, 38, 39. Oh, these are movies that aren't even made yet. I'm rolling this 35. Okay, these are movies. Some of these didn't come out yet. The last one that came out was The Marvels. All right, I'm just going to roll this. I'm going to read those. I'm going to roll this 30 times. All right, I'm rolling this 30 times. All right, I'm just going to roll another D30, okay? All right, here we go. And then, and then like WandaVision and shit like that. Whatever. Roll. 15. All right, the 15th Marvel movie. All right, I'm going to go look that up. All right, which one is that? All right, Iron Man was number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wait, I've passed it. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Guardians of the Galaxy 2! I'm okay with this. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That's the one where Mantis was in that. All right. All right, Guardians 2. I'm in Guardians 2, y'all. I'm here. All right. Oh, fun. But I'm on. Or am I okay? If I'm in Guardians 2, maybe I'm like actually in the events of the movie. So, I'm in the events of the movie. You don't want to be on Ego. No, you don't. It's pretty okay. You might actually survive that one. I mean, the main villain of that movie's not as bad as, like, you know, Thanos or anything, so that's certainly true. Ego will consume you, though. Yeah, probably. I'm still gonna die, probably. Isn't that where Adam Warlock is from? Yeah. What's the deal with Adam Warlock? Is he like God? Is he like stronger than everybody? Is he stronger than Captain Marvel? Is he stronger than the Hulk? Is he stronger than Thanos? Is he stronger? I don't know anything about comic books. You could warn the Guardians. I could probably hang out with the Guardians a bit. Guardians 2, huh? You know what? I'll stick around for a day. I'll stick around with the Guardians for a day. He is if he has 3 stones. Oh, he only needs 3 stones. He doesn't need all 5 or 6. He needs 3, though. All right. The perfect being. All right. Last one is Toriko. This is a world where we're in the gourmet age and there's a lot of amazing, delicious food. Listen, even at risk of death, I would stay in this world to try the food. Like, literally, the food is worth how dangerous it is. And honestly, like, if you journey into the dangerous parts of the human world, and I wouldn't go to the gourmet world, no fucking way. I wouldn't even be able to get into the gourmet world. But, like, just hanging out in the human world and having delicious food that's available to the public would be worth it. And they have the internet and they have phones and it's like our modern world. It's just our world with way better food. And occasionally a monster might show up and attack, but it's like if you're living in the cities from the human world, you'll probably be okay. You'll be okay. The thing is, though, they take food very seriously in this world. Like, dining and dashing will get you like a trip to like the Impel Down of this universe. There is an Impel Down version in this world. There's like a super maximum security prison that's surrounded by giant monsters. And it's like you get sent there if you commit like food crimes and shit. Like, you'll go there. You were illegally selling steaks on the black market. You're going to Impel Down. It's kind of like that. So you got to be a little careful with the way you do shit. But, you know, if you pay the food, if you pay the bill, you'll be fine. Yeah, it's honey prison. Yeah, honey prison. No, I'm not training. I'm just being a regular dude. I'm just a regular dude that lives there like a civilian and just having amazing food. It won't be some of the best of the best. Oh, no, even like, eventually, even like some really good gourmet food makes its way into the human world. So I'd be fine in that front. Yeah, anger Zebra. But, like, Zebra's fine. Like, I'm not going to piss him off. I'd be all right with this. I'd be okay in the Toriko world. I think it's worth the extended vacation just for the food. No, you know what? No. You know what? My new home. And I'll tell you why. Because after, let's say I spend a year or a month or a week or a day even in the Toriko universe, and I have, simply put, the best fucking food that you have ever... Like, even something that's like capture level 2 is better than probably the best filet mignon steak here. You know what I mean? Like, even the shittiest food in Toriko is amazing food here. Okay? So, it would be a Flowers of Algernon moment. It would be... I would have the food there for even a day, and then I'd come back here and nothing could match it. I could have Gordon Ramsay sit down and prepare a private meal just for me with the best food that's available on this planet, and it would not even come close to something that could be like Garara Gator from, you know, capture level 5 in that universe, okay? I would be Flowers of Algernon. I would be like, no, I have to live here now because I have to have this food. Yes. And I would just have to make do. I would have to make do if the 4-beast attacks. I would have to make do if a fucking giant monster comes out of the woods and tries to eat my house. I would just have to deal with that, all right? It's worth the food, okay? And with that being said, I am actually getting really hungry right now talking about food. So I'm going to stop now. We've been at this for about almost 3 hours. Roll for gourmet luck. All right, I will roll a D100. Higher the roll, the better the luck I have. And since it's the last roll of the day, I will put this up on screen. Roll a D100. Because I'm getting hungry. All right, 100-sided dice. All right, it's at 74, but that's just with the way it showed up. So let me pull it up here and then I'll roll it. But thanks for coming by, everybody. That was a fun one. That was one that was a little bit of a different idea, but I'm glad I got to do it. All right, I'm at 74 now. Let me roll it. Okay, here we go. Rolling the dice. Oh, shit. Okay. I have shit gourmet luck. Or food luck. I'm probably going to die. I am probably going to die at some point here. I'm going to get devoured by something. But you know what? If I could just have some of that delicious gourmet, god ox steak or Garara gator or rainbow fruit or whatever, like, as I could just have one bite of even their shitty food, like that would be like, I might not, I just have shitty food luck. So yeah, it's not going to be fun. That's not good. That's not good at all. Well, that's not good at all. I've turned into Owen Wilson. Oh, no. No. Oh, my God. All right. Well, anyway, there is the Isekai, which lands I would want to get sent to. My new home, I would live in the Bleach and the Dragon Ball universe just for the sake of, like, proven afterlives, and I'll probably be fine. Rick and Morty, I'd make it work. I think it would be fun to live in that world that, like, the multiverse theory is true. Could die pretty easily, but I think I can make it work. And the Toriko universe just for the food. The food is worth it, Yeah. Oh, and Boob World. Yeah, Boob World was the main reason. Sorry. I feel like, wait, what was the main reason why? Oh, yeah, Boob World. Yeah. Boob World's there. I got to find a way to Boob World at some point. Yeah. If it takes me the rest of my days, if it takes me 50 years, I will eventually reach Boob World. So the food makes the taste buds enjoy any type of food. It's so, yeah, I mean, like, that's if you awaken a lot of your gourmet cells. Like, if you start eating Acacia's full course, like, if you start eating that full course, you can eventually eat anything, like even rocks or wood, and it tastes amazing. But you have to be, like, that's Acacia's full course. Like, no normal person is going to get a chance to eat that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, that's the video. Thanks for everybody watching. There was no Yu-Gi-Oh! Today because Briggs had something going on, so we'll just push that back till next week. There is a One Piece chapter this week. I don't know when it's coming out. If I had to guess, I'd probably say maybe certain site might have it by Thursday or Friday. I'm kind of debunking on Friday, whenever it'll be out. But whenever it's out, I will review it. Thanks for watching, everybody. And this will be Tekking signing out. What about Naruto? Naruto's right there. A short visit. A short trip down a certain road. All right, you guys have a good day, and Tekking signing out.